Cool, cool, cool. So, apparently, before we take on Koga, we have to rematch the first 4 gym leaders. So that'll be fun. Let's see here. First will be Brock. That battle's gonna have permanent sandstorm, plus super effective moves deal less damage to Brock. Okay, well that seems fun. That seems fun. What's going on, cheesy boy? How we doing? How we doing? I also know that there's a rival battle somewhere in the city. Hopefully, we don't get jumped with it. Nice. Alright, we have the super rod. So now we have more options for our encounters there. Nice lake. Let's look at the dex nav. Cool. So we have Psyduck, Sea King, Gyarados. Doesn't seem like there's a lot that we could do here, but we could work with something, I'm sure. Maybe using like a Golduck or something. Although we could get a Gyarados. If we get like a shiny Gyarados, that would be nice, because then we can use the shiny claws. It's the Safari, right? Let's use Cut, see what's behind here. Pokemart. More Safari stuff. Nurse Care for Pokemon. Safari game, is that any different? What's going on, Miel? How we doing? How we doing? Ah, shoot. Alright. It's gonna be a battle. Alright, so we know that's there. Cool, good to know. So don't go in there if we don't want to battle our rival just yet. I will get the super rod again. I said bring him a giant Magikarp. I don't know what's gonna happen if we do, but I feel like can't hurt to do so, right? Do a couple save states here too. What domain expansion would I make? Ooh, okay. Well, to answer that, I think first I would have to figure out what my curse technique is, right? Because a domain expansion is just the application of one's curse technique onto a barrier, unless you are Kenjaku or Sukuna, or Megami, really, because Megami also can kind of do some variation of the open barrier. But yeah, I'd have to figure out what my curse technique would be. That's hard. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe something that, like, let me think. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, and I have to catch this too. Okay, maybe I don't want to do that first, just because I also have to catch my first encounter there. Yeah, maybe something that lets me, like, teleport and get places faster. If we beat our rival, we also get access to the Safari Zone. So that'll probably be our first goal here. Looking at rival battles. Let's see. Fuchsia City, Brendan. So he opens up with Gengar. Focus Sash Gengar is annoying. It's annoying because we can't use Fake Out to break the Sash. He also has Nihilego. What are you carrying that thing for? Alright, well, we'll worry about that again later. Okay, so Rival's in there. Don't go in there. Pokemart is right here. In terms of additional encounters, it seems like we just have that one right there in Fuchsia City. And then I think there was also the Route 8 raid den. So that's 2. Headed this way. Alright, we do have access to Route 18. What I don't know is if any of these are mini bosses. So let's see. Alright, there are a couple mini bosses on Route 18. There's Biker William, that's not a biker. There's also Birdkeeper Jacob, that's not a bird keeper. There is Dragon Tamer Ramiro. This doesn't look like a Dragon Tamer, but it could be. I think Dragon Tamers, no, Dragon Tamers have a different sprite. And then there is Ace Trainer Wilton. This could be the Ace Trainer that we're worried about. So, simple way to find out. We got Joker here to start. Let's go ahead and save state 3 times. Alright, yeah, this is the boss battle. Like Toto's technique. Toto's technique, I feel like, would be one of the most useful in, like, everyday life. You know, because a lot of techniques in JJK are really helpful in a fight, but I'm not a guy who gets into a lot of fights. So yeah, I feel like Toto's technique would be really helpful in everyday life. So something like that. Alright, let's go Sucker Punch. Oh, great start. There we go. He does have Mega Pincer, so that's something to watch out for. Kabutops also carries Swift Swim, as does Omastar. Oh, okay. With Swift Swim, its speed is only 196. Assuming that it might go for the shell smash here, I am going to Light Screen. Yep, shell smash. And then expecting pretty much anything but an Ice Beam. It could Ice Beam, but I really don't think it's going to. So it's really, really fast now. Double shell smash. Okay. Slightly concerning, but I think due to the lack of stab and light screen, we can survive 1 Ice Beam. That's all we really need, just 1. Please, Toad. Oh, let's go, Toad. Giga Drain should get us all of our health back now because it's dropped its special attack to -2. Special defense. Oh, I forgot about the, Right, yeah. Oops. I did kind of forget about the Focus Sash. That's okay. Assuming we're getting another Ice Beam here, I am going to go... Oh, okay. Whatever it hit me with hit hard. But we're going to Mach Punch. Kilowattrel. Thunder, Weather Ball, Hurricane, Volt Switch. It could go for anything, really, and it's going to get the KO. But, safest bet here... Ah, it does have Volt Absorb. Alright. So I think we're faster with the speedy nature. Weather Ball is not really what I wanted to deal with, just because it does hit kind of hard. Let's see. Kilowattrel speed is 209 this battle. Our speed is clocking in at 201. Alright, that's not great. Really is not great. Toad can tank. I should have switched into Toad, right, to force the Hurricane swap. Then we tanked the Weather Ball. That's fine. Alright. Don't need to make too many adjustments here. Fight. Sucker Punch. Omastar. Alright. Let's Giga Drain here, because it's probably going to Ice Beam now. Question is, without Light Screen, do we survive an Ice Beam? Nope. Alright, so we do need that Light Screen up. Sucker Punch. Light Screen. Go Pokemon. Go Toad. And we go Giga Drain. And we live that. Albeit barely. And then I forget what he used against Goku, but we did live it. So I guess we'll see. Toad the Go and Goku, yes sir. Huh, I guess it was an Ice Beam. I'm surprised that an Ice Beam did that much damage. Oh, it crit. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Crit times, I think actually 2 Shell Smashes is +4 speed, so yeah. +4 special attack, I should say, is really what caused it to do so much damage. Alright, now Kilowattrel comes out and is going to Weather Ball. What we are going to do is swap into Toad here. The reason why we're swapping into Toad is because the only KO move that Kilowattrel has for Toad is Hurricane. And knowing that we absolutely eat Hurricane, it might be better to go Excalibur and go like Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak for this, but all in due time, I guess. So we eat this. Just because Excalibur's bulkier. Oh, yeah. And the confusion is not great. In fact, I think a Weather Ball probably KOs, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, Weather Ball does KO. Okay. In that case, what I'm going to do is... Let's look at Excalibur's stats for a second here. Alright, he's modest. We want to go adamant. That'll be step 1. Back to Fuchsia. Okay, we don't have to travel very far at all there. Oops. I wonder, would it be better also if we did the rematches first and then tried to access the Safari Zone? I'm thinking no. We also have Route 19. Okay, looking at Route 19 encounters. I'm going to try to beat that guy without doing anything. Oh, only water encounters. Interesting. Okay, so that's surfing and also fishing. I'd have to look at which encounters are which. Let's see what's interesting here. Mantine, Gorbis, Kingdra would be a nice addition to the team also. Couple swimmers here I think we can avoid. Can I? I don't know. Won't worry about it yet. Alright, so that's what's there. So let's go to the Pokemon Center. Infernape is the best Pokemon in Sinnoh. Correction. Infernape is the best Pokemon of all time. In my opinion. But yeah, Infernape is great, dude. Great mon. It also came out, like, at a good spot, in the public eye. Because Infernape is the second out of 3 firefighting starters in a row. Being Blaziken with Gen 3, Infernape in Gen 4, and, Emboar in Gen 5. So by the time Emboar came around, people were very, very, very sick of all of the firefighting starters. But not by the time Infernape came around. By the time Infernape came around, people thought it was kind of weird that Game Freak gave us 2 in a row. But Infernape was cool enough that it avoided any slander for that. Alright, there we go. Now we got Adamant Nature. Let's see. Totaling leftovers, I might do... Defense stat of only 60 means that really... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What I also want, though, is for Aegislash to wall Mega Pinsir. And that's where it really becomes... You know, that's where it really shines. Kabutops is also somewhat heavily walled by Toad. So we'll see about that. Save states. Alright. So same lineup. Sucker Punch Joker. Light Screen Joker. Pokemon. Toad. Giga Drain. Goku. Mach Punch. Alright, now this is where we go Toad to bait out Hurricane. And then we go Excalibur. Confusion is not great to have, but there could be worse situations. I'm going to Shadow Claw here. Thunder, I don't think will KO, but it is going to hurt considerably. Yeah. I'm on Excalibur. Oh, let's go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Alright, that's fine. We counted on it surviving. Right, we expected that. Next is... I'm going to King Shield here. No, I'm going to Shadow Sneak. I can either King Shield, go for the free heal. I think King Shield is the right move. And here's what I'm thinking, right? I can King Shield and get an extra turn to heal. So King Shield, heal, then Shadow Sneak, KO. Or I Shadow Sneak now, King Shield when the other Mon comes in and I end up with 1 less turn to heal. Reason why I'm King Shielding now is because if I hit myself in confusion, I'm KO'd either way and I'd have to restart. So I'm going to King Shield now. Come on, Excalibur. Ah! Alright, yeah, no, we're KO'd. Okay, do I just keep doing that until we no longer get confused? Is that what we're doing here? Are we playing the RNG game with confusion? Alright, let's go. What if I want Benimaru instead of Goku? I think Benny has a slightly higher special defense. and so should tank an Ice Beam a little bit better. I just want to see if that has an effect on whether or not she sends out Kilowattrel right afterwards. Okay, tank it a little bit better. And then we Shadow Sneak. Although I'm sure she'll still send out Kilowattrel. I guess in theory could go Kabutops here. In which case we would predict Stone Axe. And I would still go, alright, Kabutops. Interesting. Look at that. Look at my my predictive abilities there. So Stone Axe is our prediction. We are going to go... Aqua Jet. Ah, right. Yeah, what am I talking about? I don't know why I expected... Okay, never mind. I simply wasn't thinking straight. For whatever reason, I thought that the Water-type Pokemon with a priority Water-type move was not going to use said priority Water-type move. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, Aqua Jet made way more sense than Stone Edge there. Which is fine. Stone Axe, okay. That's fine, actually. That's great. Knowing that Stone Axe does this little damage to me is phenomenal. Yeah. Because we're going to tank another one. Giga Drain and get a bunch of health back. That's good to know. I'm going to have to end up restarting just because I sent out Toad way too late. But getting a full healed Giga Drain here is good. Yeah, and then you're going to go Kilowattrel as expected. Okay. Excalibur is going to come out and eat the Hurricane. Or first... Joker's gonna come out and eat the Hurricane. Hoping for no confusion here. Ah, Flying Gem. I forgot about Flying Gem. That's gonna hurt more. Nice work. No confusion. Alright, we lost Joker for the rest of the fight. But we are gonna fake out. I was somewhat hoping for, never mind. That's okay. Okay. I'm expecting here Thunder, Weather Ball, or Volt Switch. Expecting one of those. We're gonna go Toad, maybe? I really wish that he hadn't gotten Stealth Rocks up. Alright, Weather Ball, we eat. Okay, now Hurricane is coming next. We go Excalibur. We are going to take a lot more damage than we would like, though, because of rocks. Okay, actually not as much, but still, that's going to hit a little bit hard. Crit. No confusion, though. Dude! Oh, Excalibur, dude! Dude, please! You're the only one who this is a problem for! My goodness! Alright. I'm going to Shadow Claw here. Thunder probably takes us out, though. No. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Thank you. See now, though, now we're in another predicament, because this was our original wall for Mega Pinsir. And I don't have an answer for Mega Pinsir. What's going on, Seth, right? Mega Zygarde should have been a boss battle. Where Nihilite could always one-shot when you get hit by it. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I mean, I like the idea. I'm not doing that for my own sanity. I love Shiny Charizard and Rayquaza. Hey, iconic shinies. Can't go wrong with the Black Dragon design if you ask me. Yeah, I don't have an answer for this. My answer is I can King Shield. Hope that I recover enough health that X-Scissor doesn't KO, nor does Double Edge, and then try to live here. But, yeah, I'm going to have to end up restarting. Shoot, man. Alright, we're close. We're really close. And I do have an idea. Nice stance change. Okay. We heal. What's he going for? What was his plan for the KO? It was X-Scissor. Alright. So we know that in Sword form, X-Scissor KOs. Shield form? I'm really hoping here, dude. Like, we quad resist X-Scissor. We only one times resist, or regular resist, Double Edge. He's probably gonna go for Double Edge. Yeah, double edge. I think that KOs here. Yeah. Alright, shoot. So close. So close. What I can do, though, is seeing how I did not get any use out of Goku or Luck, I can switch. I'm going to switch Luck out here. And you know what also I could do, actually? I could probably get some use out of Sue. Because Sue has crazy high special defense and walls everything that Kilowattrel has. So let's actually send out Sue here too. Alright. Save states. Alright. Same opening. Light screen. Same switch into Toad. Giga Drain. Benny. Shadow Sneak. Alright, now Kabutops comes out. He is going to get off an Aqua Jet and a Stone Edge. Or not Stone Edge, Stone Axe. But we're going to take him down and get our health back. Gagil, once again, I forgot to level up. Gagil, dude, I am so sorry. Okay, anticipating Hurricane here. We need you to not get confused. Excalibur, please, please, please. I'm thinking I probably have to give this guy whatever the berry is. Okay, no confusion here. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get another heal here. Shadow Claw. Interesting. I'm going to King Shield then. We're going to take down Pinsir right now. That's actually fine with me, though. That's really fine with me. Because Shadow Claw takes you down again. Double Edge we eat. Alright. Kilowattrel, right, is the last one? Yeah, just Kilowattrel. And Kilowattrel gets pretty hard-walled. I do want to see what it's going to go for here. I'm predicting Thunder. So I'm going to King Shield. I don't know why I didn't actually just do that in regular speed so I could see what it was using. But whatever. Let's go Sue. Volt Switch. Oh yeah, you see that? That's Eats right there. That's Eats right there. That's what I'm talking about. Sue. Dragon Pulse. Yeah, that's Eats. Do I have a Blaziken? I do. As a matter of fact, I do. Sitting in the box, kind of chilling right now. We didn't have any need for it this battle. But I do have a Blaziken. There we go. Yeah, let's call this battle GG's. Nice. Alright, I knew that was doable. I'm actually going to... Let's do another... Oh, I just loaded state instead of save state. Oh, I gotta do that battle again. That's annoying. Are we for real? Are we for real? Yeah, my Pokemon are all healthy again. Shoot. That's annoying. Okay. My bad, y'all. At least we know how to do it and we know how easy it is this time. Light screen. Toad. Yeah, I meant to save state, but I did not have both buttons pressed that I should have, and I loaded state by accident. Alright. It shouldn't take too long. Gagil level up. Alright, Kilowattrel. We went right into Excalibur here. I think we did King Shield for an extra heal, right? Yeah, King Shield for the extra heal. Then we did Shadow Claw. Another King Shield. Another Shadow Claw. Then he went Volt Switch for some reason. And then Dragon Pulse. Alright, there we go. And I'm going to manually save state this time. There we go. And I'll do an extra one right here. Alright. There we go, there we go. What shiny do I like? Okay, let's see. So we have the classics, right? Rayquaza, Charizard. I like shiny Umbreon a lot too. Emboar has a good shiny, is another one that comes to mind. Let me see who else has a good shiny. Gyarados is another classic one, right? The red Gyarados. I like Giratina shiny a lot too. Mew has a good shiny. And I guess by that extension, Ditto too. Let me see who else comes to mind. Gliscor has a nice shiny, I think. Greninja, yeah, Greninja is a great shiny. Ponyta as well. Population Bomb with King's Rock. I hope you know that karma will find you. I hope you know that karma will find you, but a Rocky Helmet will find you sooner. Believe that. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that this guy right here is another boss battle. As is that guy. I think I can try to avoid this one. Nope. Yeah, it's a boss battle. Alright, well before I do that, let's check out the Dex Nav here and see what we have access to. No water encounters on Route 18, but we have Xatu. Okay, Xatu is good because Xatu has access to Magic Bounce, which means any non-attacking moves, so any status moves plus hazards, anything like that get bounced back to the opponent. So that's good for anybody that likes to open up with, you know, Sticky Web or hazards, any sort of hazards. Also good against like Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, anything like that. So that's good. Vikavolt, we can set up Sticky Webs, so that is useful. Politoed we already used. Abomasnow is good for setting snow. Actually, no, the snow warning ability is banned, so I don't know what they gave it. We can set Aurora Veil with this, though. Altaria, I don't know, what would I do with Altaria? We have access to the Mega Stones, so if I get Altaria's Mega Stone, that's a use for it. Jinx, I don't have a use case right now, but maybe I can think of one. Dracovish. Dracovish, wait a minute. I think Dracovish is our target. Reason why is, and let me confirm this. Yeah, so Dracovish in Radical Red has Sand Rush. Sand Rush doubles the speed of the Pokemon with the ability Sand Rush. And in our first Gym Leader rematch that we're going to have to do here against Brock, there is going to be permanent Sandstorm, so we get permanent double speed. And in addition to that, Dracovish gets access to a move called Vicious Rend. Vicious Rend is a physical water type move with 100 accuracy and 85 base power. However, if the user of Vicious Rend moves before the target, the move's power is doubled, meaning that it goes from 85 base power to 170 base power, right? So against Brock, with our speed doubled the entire battle and a super effective move that is always going to have 170 base power so long as we move first, it almost feels like a no-brainer to me. You know? Like, I'm sure I could find a use for Altaria. Maybe Abomasnow. Arctovish also gets access to Vicious Rend, but I don't know. Dracovish kind of seems like a no-brainer as we approach Brock. Dragon Fairy is a great typing, that is true. Altaria giving us Dragon Fairy, that is a really solid typing. With Dragon Immunity, only 2 weaknesses. That's wrong. 3 weaknesses. Yeah, Dragon Fairy is a great typing with Altaria. Hear me out, bring Ash Ketchum to the real life world, make him get a job. Nobody should enjoy being 10 years old for that long. In this economy. What's going on, Alad Williams? Alright, Debo Hype says Charizard, Moltres, or Ho-Oh. Thoughts? Personally, between those 3, right? All great fire fighting types. Fighting, what am I talking about? Flying types, fire flying types. Promise you I know Pokemon. Charizard, Moltres, and Ho-Oh. I gotta go Ho-Oh, right? And here's why. I'm gonna talk about the other ones first. Starting with Moltres, okay? Moltres is a cool Pokemon. Decent competitive use, right? Fire Flying is a pretty cool typing. That rock weakness is a hassle, but, you know, all the candidates here have that, so we can disregard that there. I will say, though, that Moltres is it's a little boring, in my opinion. Just a little bit. Just a little bit boring. Now, it's not a bad Pokemon, but, right, let's start with lore. And when I say lore, right, I don't know if y'all are on Pokemon TikTok at all, but lore is kind of like a joke right now because somebody mentioned that Simisear didn't have lore, as if a random Gen 5 Fire Monkey needs lore. Not to be confused with my Gen 4 Fire Monkey, which has the best lore in the entire series. But anyways, yeah, lore-wise, I mean, Moltres is a legendary bird. Lugia is kind of its boss. Sort of, not really, in a way. I guess they're like its senior manager, in a way. But yeah, that's about it that Moltres has going for it, in terms of lore. When I say lore, I mean like just sort of what happens, whether it's in the manga, anime, or games. But there's not a lot going on with Moltres. In the Mystery Dungeon series, Moltres does take on more of a role, but you can say that about just about any Pokemon because it's Mystery Dungeon, and humans are rarely ever mentioned at all in those series. Now, next, Charizard. Gen 1 starter, one of the most beloved Pokemon of all time, arguably Game Freak's favorite Pokemon. I don't think that's arguable, actually. Definitely Game Freak's favorite Pokemon. Why did Charizard not take first over Ho-Oh? Plain and simple is because, while Charizard has done a lot, it's also done a lot with a lot. You know, Charizard has done what it's supposed to do as not necessarily a mascot, but one of the more prominent faces of the Pokemon franchise. They gave it 2 Megas. They gave it a Gigantamax form. It is on the cover of multiple Pokemon games. They made it playable in Super Smash Bros. And it hasn't disappointed in any of those fields, right? I think it should be commended because it hasn't disappointed wherever it has shown up. But Ho-Oh, right? And here's where I'm giving Ho-Oh extra points. Ho-Oh gets extra points because Ho-Oh literally just started out as a teaser. Oh, nice, Raid Den. And TM for Hydro Pump. We saw Ho-Oh at the end of the first episode of Pokemon when Ash just looked up into the sky and saw a random glowing bird flying, right? We didn't know what it meant, what it was. Johto, for all we know, I'm sure this information is somewhere, but for all we know, Johto wasn't even an idea in anybody's heads yet. And what did Ho-Oh do? Ho-Oh came in and just totally changed the game, right? Johto games come out, Gold and Silver comes out. Ho-Oh is still fairly loreless, so I can't say that it beats Moltres or Charizard in that, but it is a harbinger of good luck. It has a great ability in Regenerator, as well as pretty solid stats too. Really good special defense, although physical defense would probably benefit its typing a little bit better, since most rock type moves are physical. Access to Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Earthquake. Access to Regenerator and Recover is pretty nasty, I won't lie. Being able to heal whenever you switch out and when you're still in, that is something. I think it also gets Roost. In theory, you could have 2 healing moves on your Ho-Oh plus Regenerator, so it's really hard to KO. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ho-Oh. Personal choice. All subjective, of course. Lugia's middle management. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Bring Ash Ketchum in a snake enclosure. That sounds cruel and inhumane. Low key. Alright, let's do this next boss battle. Reason I'm doing this before I take on the gym leaders is because I want to see where else I can go. I don't want to limit myself to just this encounter if it doesn't end up being good for the rest of them. Like the other Kanto rematches are Misty, who has Permanent Rain, and Palafin is pre-transformed. I mean, Permanent Rain, if I had like Swift Swim, yeah, that might help, but that would most likely be on another water type. Seems like electric types are going to really get to shine here, because the only electric counter that she really has is Thunderous Tarian and Archaludon. She does have a pretty speedy team. And then Surge. Yeah, I can't lie. Surge's whole team gets demolished by a speedy ground type, so we'll try to find that when it's time, but I don't think that's going to help there. Erica's team is going to be interesting. Erica's team's going to be really interesting. Ah, there's Magnet Rise. Permanent Magnet Rise during Surge's battle. So actually, we can't even use a ground type. That'll be fun. But yeah, I'm still thinking Dracovish. Looking at this next mini-boss, though. This is going to be Dragon Tamer Ramiro, who opens up with Assault Vest, Regice. Assault Vest, Regice. Assault Vest, Regice. You know, like, I guess, bro. Let me go heal, and then I'll see what this guy's all about. Dragon Fairy's OP. Dragon Fairy's a solid typing. Yeah, definitely solid typing. Only 3 weaknesses. 1 immunity is pretty solid, too. I know I said 1 immunity, as if it sounds like, you know, oh, it could have more, but most Pokemon have 0 immunities. So having an immunity and having that immunity be to Dragon is pretty good. Since Dragon is a type that goes neutral on most types. Yeah. Alright, so what I was... oh, this is a double battle. Okay. That changes a little bit here. So he opens up with Regice and Milotic. What if Milotic is definitely more of... I wish I had like a physical electric type Pokemon. Let's look in our PC. What if we went Blaziken? Oh, alright. Testing a couple things. I could do... I don't know. I like to open up with... yeah, let's bring on Blaziken. Reason why I want to bring on Blaziken is, and I'll show y'all exactly why. Alright, let's do that. Yeah, I like opening up with Joker. Oh, I just save stated by accident. Oops. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, it's still there. That was just residual. I was like, I hope I didn't save over that. So yeah, I like to go Fake Out. My Milotic in the rain is not going to be fun at all. And then we will go High Jump Kick here. So my Milotic won't move. Nice. Opener team. Alright, if I had to guess what the next move is, I would guess Bouncy Bubble onto... oh, okay. This can go a bunch of different ways. I am going to then predict probably Surf all around, right? Let's go Light Screen and Toad and see how this goes. So we have damage from special attacks. Draco Barrage, we are overly tanking that. Maybe not overly tanking, but we lived. That's what matters. Yeah. Bouncy Bubble, that we tank. Oh, Bouncy Bubble heals you. Okay, that's something I should have considered. That's fine, though. Alright, now the plan is we are going to Sucker Punch on Latias because we know it has to attack. And then... oh, okay, what do I do here? Maybe I Spore on Milotic. So do some damage there. Oh, do a lot of damage. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't like how Milotic is healing itself, but I do like how we are able to really tank that. Alright, Milotic is asleep. Next, he has either Lapras or Dragonite. Dragonite. Dragonite with multi-scale is definitely not my favorite to deal with. And it has both Hurricane and Ice Beam. It can deal with me in a number of different ways. Let's go Excalibur. And let's go Sue. Let's see what goes on here. What's going on, Juan? Question, this game wouldn't be casual friendly? I don't know. I've only ever played this game making it as hard as possible for myself. So what I'm doing right now, I'm playing on the hardcore mode with minimal grinding turned on. along with I'm doing the Nuzlocke challenge rules. I know that there's a normal mode as well to this game, which I assume would be considerably easier. I do think that normal mode does still have level caps though, so that is something to consider. And I think honestly that's also part of what makes it difficult is the level caps, because you know in a mainline Pokemon game, when in doubt, just sit there for hours beating up wild Pokemon until you're high level enough to breeze through whatever battle you're stuck on. You don't have that option in this. I would still say yes. Because I think in normal mode with nothing else augmented, your only challenge is the level caps. So I would still say yeah. I would say it's definitely still casual friendly. Alright, let's go Shadow Claw into my low tick. And honestly, Dragon Pulse into Dragonite just to see what it does. We eat an Ice Beam. Stance Change comes out. We're faster than my low tick. I didn't realize how slow this thing was. Alright, Shadow Claw. If we can 2-hit KO my low tick, that's perfect. That is perfect. Of course you have a Citrus Berry, because why wouldn't you have a Citrus Berry? Alright, now what I'm thinking is... I don't know what Sue's nature is. I'm going to Shadow Claw here. No, I'm not going to Shadow Claw. Yeah, I'm going to Shadow Claw. What if I Shadow Claw Dragonite, right? And then... Dragon Claw my low tick? I don't know. Mega Lapras is definitely getting cooked by... Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. Ah! I knew I should have King Shielded. Alright, Excalibur went down. That's unfortunate. Alright. Yeah. Mega Lapras gets cooked by High Jump Kick plus Fake Out. That's never been a concern. So we're going to Fake Out again. High Jump Kick again. Lapras comes out. Ooh, what if instead of Light Screen this turn, Sucker Punch, because we know it does the damage. And then expecting that bouncy bubble attack, we go Toad here. There we go. Bouncy bubble. We eat that. Alright, now Dragonite comes out. This is where I think we're gonna Light Screen. And, ooh, it might Hurricane. It could either Hurricane or Ice Beam. Either way, I think we go Excalibur to eat it. Yeah, there we go. Would have been nice to get a, get a Spore in first. But instead, let's go Benimaru. And let's go Shadow Claw here. Because I need some damage done. Worst case scenario, I also have Luck in my back pocket. And Luck just obliterates this Dragonite. So that's truly not, you know, a huge concern here at all. Whoa, that didn't do any damage. Oh, it has multi-scale. Right, okay. For a second, I was like, what are we talking about? Okay. Never mind. I feel a little bit better now. Dragon Pulse should hit a lot harder now. And then we're going to King Shield to reduce damage. Yeah, I forgot it had multi-scale. I was like, what? I was going to say, I knew Dragonite was bulky, but not that bulky. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, what multi-scale does is when the Pokemon is at full health, the first hit that it takes does half damage, regardless of, you know, type effectiveness or anything like that. Not regardless of, but like, it's still going to do half damage, you know. So it'll do however much a super effective would have done divided by 2. So I guess that kind of equates to just normal damage in a way. Okay, so now we have to do a little bit of thinking, because I just know, right? I just know that if we went Miguel said you're going to play Radical Red? Good luck. Good luck. I would not recommend a Nuzlocke unless you're ready to stress yourself out. Alright, let's see here. What do I think he's going to do? Alright, I think Toad is a safe switch in. But before that, I want to make sure that Lapras gets hit, like, decently hard, you know? So I am going to do a little bit of damage here. And then I'm also going to swap into... Right, he's on the field. Alright, both these Pokemon have Ice-type moves. They're not going to use them unless I make them use them, right? Okay, idea. Idea. We are going to... So what did I decide? Flash Cannon into Lapras. And then switch into Toad here. I don't think this results in any KOs this turn. Mega Lapras comes out. This gives it access to Liquid Voice. So now Boom Burst is going to be a powerful water type attack, but that's okay. We eat Bouncy Bubble, right? Draco Barrage. I'm hoping that we eat this. If we don't, then back to the drawing board. Nice. Okay, perfect. We go Flash Cannon here. And then again, y'all will see what the game plan was. So. Here's what I'm anticipating. Here's what I'm really hoping happens. I'm hoping that with this being the current layout of the field, I'm hoping that they both will target Sue with Ice-type moves, possibly, to go for a KO. Really, what I'm hoping is that nobody sends a Water-type attack the way of Toad. And I don't see why they would. I think they're not going to, so we're good here. I also hope that they don't double up on Sue. And I don't think they're going to do that either. They could double up on Sue, but if they do, I think we'll be okay. Maybe. Possibly. I'm also realizing that Lapras in this, Mega Lapras, is Water Dragon, not Water Ice, so Dragon Pulse would have been the smarter move there, but it's okay. It is okay. Alright, and let me show you what I want to do here. I'm going to switch into Joker. And I'm going to switch into Shinra. And let's see how this goes for us. So we go Joker. We go Shinra. Joker eats a Draco Barrage, but I think lives it. Oh, Shinra eats a Draco Barrage. Okay. Oh, barely lived, but it was a crit. It was a crit. That's fine. Mirror Coat fails. Perfect. Fantastic. Fantastic. Because Lapras is a very slow Pokemon, so that allows us to go Fake Out right here. And Shinra, despite not being super speedy, Shinra's speed of 134 is higher than Lapras' speed of 137. And High Jump Kick having a base accuracy of 90 with, but with Wide Lens, I believe it gets all the way up to like 98. Hopefully lands here. Let's see it. Fake Out, Milotic does not move. High Jump Kick lands. Lapras goes down. Perfect. Next, I'm going to put up a light screen as I go Detect on Shinra, anticipating Bouncy Bubble into Shinra. Light screen reduces all special damage. Bouncy Bubble, we protected ourselves. Phenomenal. Next move I'm going to do is a Sucker Punch into Milotic, as we then plan to send out Excalibur. It's now a 2v1 on the field. Milotic has been forced to consume its Citrus Berry. Bouncy Bubble into... Okay. Not ideal, but not the worst thing. We're in shield form, so it doesn't hit quite as hard. Now, because we move first on Excalibur and Sucker Punch is priority, I'm hoping for a KO this turn. Sucker Punch. Perfect. No, we don't move first. Okay, I thought we moved first. That's okay. I think we still eat Bouncy Bubble enough. Okay. Save me light screen. Yeah, wow. I guess my low tick special attack is relatively high. Alright, we didn't get the KO that turn, but we are guaranteed to get it this turn because Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak will not fail us. There we go. Alright. GG's to Dragon Tamer Ramiro. Fun battle. No losses there. Yep, team looking happy and healthy. Let's head back to Fuchsia to heal up. How do you get a lot of rare candies in Radical Red? There's a code that you have to enter on the gaming system in your room. And I don't remember exactly what that code is. If you Google Radical Red codes, it'll pop up. There'll be like a whole thing that tells you what to put and where it goes and stuff like that. Alright, let's save state again. Oh, okay, Altaria Megastone. So if we do get Altaria here, then we can use Altaria as a Megastone. Alright, one more battle. This one is Permanent Rain. Cramorant starts in Gorging form. Oh, okay, I'm not worried about that, actually. This should be fun. This should be fun. Permanent Rain. Yeah, that sounds right. I think Sethorite, the one that Sethorite said, that's the one. That sounds very familiar. Let's see, another team of mostly special attackers. So Sue is good here, as is Toad, because they don't seem to have a lot of grass coverage. Not much of a use case for Benny, but I guess we'll keep him in our back pocket. Nah, we'll remove Benny. Put Benny here for now. Alright. Let's battle this guy. Oh, wait. I did not, yeah. Hold on. Alright, now... Forgot he was opening up with Cramorant, and I was doing nothing about it. Okay. See? That's why I went Volt Switch. Just in case he did try to swap out. Let me show y'all. Oh, Lightning Rod. Oh, okay. Slightly unexpected. That's fine. He goes Lightning Rod here. We go... Alright, yeah, he goes Porygon. Now, Porygon doesn't have anything that can tank us. Question is he going to swap again, or is he going to eat a high jump kick? No, he eats the high jump kick. Alright, not mad about that. He has no setups. Nidoqueen comes out next. I can try to read what he's going to do. If I had to guess, I would say either Earth Power or Bubble Beam. Probably Earth Power, though. No! Ooh, misclick! Misclick of the century there. Alright. Alright, so then he goes Porygon. Get some Mega Stones? I do. I just don't have the Mons that would go with them right now. I don't need Mega Stones just yet, though. They would help, but so far no battle has really called for a Mega Evolution. Alright, now we go High Jump Kick. Porygon goes down here. Okay, so I believe it was Earth Power, right? We're going to watch anyways. Why do I keep resetting? Because it's a Nuzlocke. Meaning that if a Pokemon faints, I can't use it for the rest of the run. And I'm not ready to give up any of these Pokemon just yet. So that's why resets are fairly common here. Okay, he goes... Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Got it. Got it. Watch this. Watch this. So this is called high IQ right here. Watch this. Watch this. Alright, we are going to... Rare Candy. Gajil up to speed on the level. Alright, watch this. Same battle. Yeah, the resets, I mean, some people try to do it without resets. Me personally, I only have so many hours in a day that I'm willing to allocate towards this before I'm pulling my hair out. So I will be resetting so that I don't spend, you know, 8 hours calculating every move, and that I can kind of test stuff out a little bit more. Alright, that's Porygon 2. Trace Striker, that's going to do nothing for Porygon. High jump kick, it's going to eat that. Alright, now watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Fight, I detect, right? Just to confirm that it's going Earth Power. Perfect. Now, watch. Send out Gajil. Send out Gajil, right? Here's where things get fun. Earth Power doesn't affect. However, Nidoqueen does carry Thunder. So Nidoqueen's going to use Thunder on Gajil. But instead of Gajil being there, it's going to be Luck. Luck's going to eat this Thunder, use Lightning Rod to get a special attack boost. Boom! Right here. With that special attack boost, plus the Never Melt Ice. Plus, I think we're Speedy Nature. I don't think we're Modest, actually. So we don't get that benefit. Yeah, we are Speedy Nature. So our special attack isn't quite as high as it could be. But knowing that, right, we have a special attack boost, plus stab, plus Never Melt Ice, means that Ice Beam should still one-hit KO here. If it doesn't, we'll just go back and give Luck a Modest Nature. Perfect. There we go. We still have our special attack boost. The smartest mon to send out right now would be Raikou. Ogerpon. Okay. I mean, not the worst mon to send out. An Ivy Cudgel could actually hurt, so let me put that in the damage calculator here. Yeah. Let's see. Not that it matters, but we have Timid Nature, so I can throw that on here. And then against Wellspring, Ogerpon, Birdkeeper Jacob. In the rain. No, yeah, Ivy Cudgel is a guaranteed OHKO. And then even if I went with a Thunderbolt, with +1 special attack, it's not going to OHKO. So what I'm instead going to do is fight Volt Switch to get some free damage here. Expecting Ivy Cudgel. Let's see. It's not about who's going to swap into Ivy Cudgel. It's about what he's going to use after that, because that's who I'm going to swap back into Joker. Or sorry, back into Luck. So if he uses Ivy Cudgel this turn, he'll probably use it again. Instead, I want him to use either Play Rough or U-Turn. Ideally Play Rough so he stays in. I think Sue eats it. Gajil definitely eats it. But I think Gajil only eats one. Let's see. What if we put in... Let's see. Amoonguss. Level 68. I think the nature here is specially defensive, not physical. No, it's special attack. Okay, we're offensive Amoonguss. Note to self, maybe you're you'll have an easier time with some battles if you stop running physical Amoonguss, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, Ivy Cudgel is a 4-hit KO, and then we could Sludge Bomb it. Play Rough is 6-hit KO, Power Whip is 6, U-Turn is 4. I think we've got our answer in Toad. Sometimes I forget that Toad is part Poison type. So actually, I kind of take back what I said about Offensive Toad. Offensive Toad is going to be, also, Ivy Cudgel being a 4-hit KO. That's incorrect. Ah, okay, I didn't have rain turned on, that's why, yeah. And now we Sludge Bomb. It U-turns to Raikou. We're gonna pop the balloon here, not like it's really gonna matter too much anyways, but it'll be nice to have in our back pocket. Okay, looking at what Raikou could possibly do. Raikou in this game, timid nature, inner focus, fastest mon on his team at a speed stat of 194. It has Electro Shot, Scald, Hidden Power, Ice, and Shadow Ball. I don't think it's gonna go for Scald. I think it's gonna go for the KO here, which it can get from just about any of these moves, minus I think Scald. But with the rain, it might even get the KO from Scald. So let's see. We are at 70 out of 254 health, also known as 28. Birdkeeper Jacob's Raikou. Electro Shot, guaranteed OHKO. Hidden Power Ice, guaranteed OHKO. Scald is a guaranteed 3-hit KO. With the Rain on, guaranteed OHKO. No, Rain on is 2-hit KO. Shadow Ball, 2-hit KO. So he's going for Hidden Power Ice or Electro Shot. Either way, then, I think we would be safe to go into Luck. Is Luck faster, though? Luck is faster. Alright, idea. So we go Luck. Because Luck is going to tank either Electro Shot or Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power, yeah, we eat that. Now, what I'm curious about is... So Strika at 87% health in the rain. Scald is a 2-hit KO. Phenomenal. Electro Shot is not going to work. Hidden Power Ice 7-hit KO. Shadow Ball 3-hit KO. Alright, good. Good. Scald being a 2-hit KO. If it crits though, if Scald crits, still a 2-hit KO, I think we're good then. Knowing that, then I am going to honestly go for the Ice Beam. There we go. Scald, we live. Yeah, nice. Nice. We Ice Beam here. And then Ogerpon comes out. We outspeed Ogerpon. And Ogerpon's already at half health. So it goes down with a Thunderbolt. Oh, Cramorant. I forgot about Cramorant too. Cramorant we also outspeed by a lot. So, oh, Focus Sash Cramorant. Okay, that's good to know. We're gonna Volt Switch here. Focus Sash consumed. I almost forgot about that. Cramorant is likely going to Surf here. Yeah. Hurricane wouldn't make much sense. Ice Beam also wouldn't make much sense. So expecting the Surf, we are going to go Sue. Yeah, I forgot about Cramorant. That was her opener, wasn't it? Go Surf. Bolt Missile triggers. We're going to get paralyzed here, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to Dragon Pulse. Roost. Alright. If I had known that Roost was in store, I would have gone back to Luck. Alright, Bolt Missile hits. Now here's where I got to play it a little bit smart. Does she attack again, or do we go into Luck? Because if she Roosts again, then we are good with Luck, home free to win this thing. Perfect. Alright. Now, Thunderbolt. Ogerpon. Also packed up by Thunderbolt. Yeah, I forgot about Cramorant being alive for a sec. What do you mean it lived that? Dude. Okay. If somebody wants to explain to me how Volt Switch brought it down to 40% health, but Thunderbolt didn't finish it off, I can't stand this game sometimes, dude. Like, you are not convincing me that there's a world in which Cramorant lives that, or Ogerpon lives that. Because there simply is not. That world does not exist. That's insane. Like, it... That's crazy. That's gaslighting is what that is. That is pure gaslighting. That is gaslighting. Like in what world, volt switch, right? Volt switch. Volt switch. Volt switch. Volt switch. 70 base power. 70 base power. 70 base power. Does 60% damage to Ogerpon. 70 base power, 60% damage. Tell me then how 90 base power does under 40% damage. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's gaslighting. That does not happen. That is the game for plot reasons. That's what that was. What's going on, Salmon? Oh, you found Brendan in Radical Red? Alright, we're going to detect to confirm Earth Power. Perfect. Here we go, Gajiel. Gajiel is here to proc Thunder. Luck absorbs the Thunder. And Needle Queen goes down. Ice Beam. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Volt Switch, right? Volt Switch. Oh! You know why? Because we had the special attack boost. That's why it did so much damage. Okay, that's right. That's right. We eat that. Knowing that we eat just about everything else, this is where we go Sludge Bomb. But I think he actually switches, right? Or am I missing something? No, I'm pretty sure he does switch. I think he does switch. Yeah, U-turns. And actually, I could have gotten a Spore off on Raikou if I wanted to, but we didn't need it. We didn't need it. What's going on? Edits. Yeah, Air Balloon Pop. Next, I believe this is where Raikou had gone for... What did we determine that with this, only Hidden Power, Ice, and Electro Shock could OHKO? Scald and Shadow Ball could not. So we ended up going with... I think Luck again, right? I think we went Luck, determining that whatever Raikou used was like a 3-hit KO at least. So we were definitely better off just tanking this, yeah. Okay, and now I think actually this is where... I don't remember what she did here. Okay, she stayed in. Was this a sack for Luck? No, Luck lived. There we go, okay. Now Raikou, so she sacks Raikou. Cramorant comes out. That's right, and then Cramorant, because it has a Focus Sash, we can't OHKO it here. What we can do is Volt Switch, bring it down to 1. It goes Surf. To tank the Surf, we go Sue. Sue gets paralyzed, but does win this fight for us. Right, when we go... Oh, right, yeah. Because we actually didn't need to paralyze Sue there. I think actually... No, we're good. Yeah, it's going to Roost again. So we go Shinra. Thunderbolt. Alright, Ogerpon here. We'll use Play Rough. We're going to Volt Switch. If it's going Play Rough, then... I wish I had... Send out Gajiel. And then we'll fly. If we live Ivy Cudgel, then we're good. Oh, nice. There we go. Shout out Gajiel in that impeccable defense. There we go. Gajiel with the dub for us. Birdkeeper is down. Let's do save states. Head back to Fuchsia. Oh, yeah, and then I also got the Sevian Egg, too. Okay, so that's another encounter. So I have, what? 3 raid dens? 2 raid dens? I have Route 8 raid den. There's a raid den on the route right before this that I forgot what it was. So that's 2. And then I have the encounter on the route right after this. I think it was Route 18, yeah. Route 18 encounter. I think Route 17 raid den, right? So let's say Route 17 raid den. Route 18 encounter. Sevian egg. This takes me to Route 18. Cycling road. Ah, okay, wait a minute. In that case... Oh, no, this is the same thing then. Yeah, same thing. Ah, okay. I was gonna say, so why can't I, So am I still unable to use... I guess you can't use the rods on Cycling Road. It's been a while. Yeah, can't use the rods on Cycling Road. That's fine. And then I think this is a boss battle too. But I don't think that really leads anywhere. I can check to see if there are any raid dens on Route 18, and if there are, then I'll probably do that before I go ahead and do my encounters. No raid den on Route 18. Okay, in that case, looking at our potential egg hatches. Sevian egg. So there's Blitzel, potentially, but we already have a Blitzel, so we don't want that. Carnivine, Clauncher. What I'm thinking is we could use... Oh, and also, let me pull up the items list. Alright, I'm thinking we do Dracovish for Brock. Looking at the Sevian eggs, we could do, like, Mantine for Misty, because that's an electric poison. An electric poison would cover a good amount of her team here. In fact, there's only one ground type user, and it's Gyarados, so it doesn't even get stabbed there. Additionally, I think it also gets access to Swift Swim. If Mantine gets access to Swift Swim, even in Sevian form, then I think we're going Mantine. No, it doesn't. It gets Storm Drain, though. It does get Storm Drain. Okay, that's good. Getting Storm Drain is good, so we could go for that. Let's see what else we have the ability to get here. Feebas. What is Sevian Feebas, or I guess my low tick? Water and ground type. My low tick is Fairy and ground. Get Serene Grace. Competitive. Marvel Scale. Oh, okay. Boost defense by 50 status. But in terms of its moves and output, I don't really see a huge use case there. Alternatively, there is... Noibat is a rock type. I don't see if we get much use there. Nimble and low kicks. Let's see. Bug and Dragon. Attack of 102. Gets Swarm and Tinted Lens. I'm not super impressed. But I could use it for something else. Alright, so I'll keep that in mind there too. Delmise. Water and Grass. Gets Gooey and Sap Sipper. Special attack of 106. Okay, not bad. What moves does it get for that? Gets Giga Drain. That'll be good for keeping its health high, along with Energy Ball. And Chloroblast. And Leech Seed. Alright, I'm considering Delmise for Misty, along with Mantine. Let me see what else, what other battles we're going to have. Ooh, okay. Mantine would also be good for Surge if we can keep it alive, because it does resist all of the electric stabs there. And it has Poison for Erica, although, in terms of Erica's team, only 2 are actually weak to Poison. She only has 3 grass types, but 1 is Kartana, so it has Poison immunity. We might want a Fire type for that. Let me see also what Pokemon I can get in the Route 17 raid den. So it wasn't Route 17. Route 16 raid den, I guess? Nope, that was the wrong one. Yeah. What route was that then? Let's just go find out. And I'll also go up here to see if there's anybody up here. This guy, maybe? Looking for Dedenne to get more Pecco. Ah. Dedenne's cool, but... Or so is more Pecco. But not right now. Alright. Head back through here. So we're pretty sure we're getting Dracovish. We head back this way. Ah, Route 15. Okay. Route 15. I think we get an encounter and a raid den here, right? So looking at the raid den, we get Sigalith, Exploud, Dusclops. Ah, okay. So remember we were looking at Dusclops before. We get another chance of getting Dusclops. Lowland Persian and Pincurchin. Well, Pincurchin does get Lightning Rod, but we already have a Lightning Rod user there too. It is a little bit bulkier though than Luck is, but it's not like super bulky either. Let's see. Looking at the encounters on this route, we also get access to... Is it annoying? Is what annoying? Ambipom, good encounter. Ooh, Ditto. Ditto. Oh no, but there's no Imposter, right? Never mind. If we had Imposter, I was gonna say Ditto would go crazy. Because we could, in theory, right, just let him on like set up on us while we set up like, let's say, screens, detect for letting it continue to set up, send in Ditto, and we just go crazy. No, yeah, Imposter is now Limber. Alright, so Ditto, not quite as useful. Oricorio, Serena. Alright, so looking at the next 5 gym challenges, right? Between Brock, Misty, Surge, Erica, Koga. Brock, we have Dracovish. Misty, we have the Sevian Egg. Surge, I honestly don't know. Surge, I might go with Serena, just because having a strong grass type there to tank most of those electric type attacks is going to be nice. Looking at Surge's team, Palmet. It'll also be strong against Iron Thorns. So possibly. Ferrothorn would probably be better for Surge, to be honest. Because looking at Surge is actually maybe not. Because while Electric and Steel is a good typing, or not Electric Steel, sorry, Grass and Steel. There's Palmet with Close Combat and Mach Punch, Iron Mouth with Fiery Dance, Iron Hand with Drain Punch, and Manectric with Flamethrower. So that is a decent amount of switching he has there. Ambipom as well. Although Oricorio could be good for Erica's team in theory. Should consider that too. But I'll worry about worry about that when I worry about that. First thing I'm doing here is I am going to get a Dracovish, and I'm taking on Brock. Actually, I did that wrong. Let's turn off Infinite Repel. Now we're gonna save state. Alright, Dracovish. Politoad. Actually, we don't have to reset this one. We're allowed to run because we already got a Politoad. Nope, Omastar. There we go. Alright, nickname for Dracovish. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Alright, we got Dracovish. Let's look up its learn set. So yeah, attack of 90, defense of 100. What's going on, Spencer? Playing times 100? Yeah! Resetting takes too long otherwise. Alright, let's do a save state, maybe like right here in save state 3. And then I'll do one also in save state 4. Alright, so now if we ever need to go back to pre-Dracovish, we can. But let's go to our PC. Grab that Dracovish. For now. I know I'm gonna have to do a lot of testing with Brock, but we'll see how this goes. Just to start off. Alright, there we go. Level cap reached. Now we can go through and relearn moves. Move, relearn. Vicious Rend. Let's forget Bite. Let me just make sure, looking at Brock's team. Yeah, no, Brock got rid of that, Leap, that Storm Drain. Cool. Cool. Alright. So we have Vicious Rend. Looking now at Dracovish. It has Strong Jaw, so we're going to want to change that ability as well. And we're also going to want to change the item. Alright, no worries. Let's head on over to Fuchsia. The first thing I'm going to do is go in here. See if it's a Dream Patch or an ability pill that we need. Use Dream Patch. There we go. That's done. I wonder if they have mints in this game for easily changing the nature. Don't get me wrong, the Pokemon Center is convenient, but it is somewhat annoying having to go back every time you want to do that. Alright, I'm going to go Adamant Nature so we maximize our attack output. Next, I'm going to hop on the Poké Rider. Head on over to Pewter City here. And visit. Vicious Rend is OP. Yeah, Vicious Rend is solid. Very solid. I mean, it's not like too terribly difficult to deal with. But in this game, because they gave Dracovish Sand Rush, it's definitely really, really dangerous against, you know, teams like Brock's that are going to rely on unlimited sand. Alright, let's do a save state. So let's see, these are all pre-Dracovish, and then we have post-Dracovish at 3 and 4. Let's do pre-Brock at 7 and 8. Alright, gonna head over here. I hope these guys don't want to battle me. No, they don't. Just rock. Okay. In hindsight, I actually should have put Falco first. Alright. Let's battle Brock. Alright, Falco is up first. I hope that we don't need a speedy nature to outspeed this. So yeah, reduces super effective moves. That is another thing that's going to be kind of annoying here. Is that just for this battle, super effective moves deal less damage. Alright, 128 times 2, we do outspeed. So that's perfect. Now we go and Vicious Rend, which lands first. Double damage. Aw, oh, man. But we don't take damage from, oh, they actually nerfed Vicious Rend a decent amount here. Alright, we're gonna have to use a PP up then. Because Brock has a team of 6, we won't be able to do it with the team that we have here. Alright, so Iron Boulder. If we give Mystic Water, that should do a good amount of damage. Okay, so it has Coil, 1,000 Arrows, Rest, and Sleep Talk. I'm hoping that it goes Coil here. If it goes Coil, then we shift into Luck, and Ice Beam packs it up very fast. Oh, perfect. Okay. Perfect, perfect. This might end up being easier than I thought if we can get Zygarde packed up really quickly. Dude! There's no way. Alright, okay, okay. Look, I can only laugh at that. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's genuinely hilarious. I never thought I would see the day where Zygarde survived a stab boosted Ice Beam from a Pokemon holding a Never Melt Ice. That is incredible, man. Wow. And I just save state instead of loaded state too, so I almost screwed myself over there. That's why we do 2 save states and not 1. Alright, so I'm gonna do a few things here. Jeez, man. I didn't think that that damage reduction would be that heavy. I mean, 33%, yeah, it's a third, right? Like, it's not like it's anything to scoff at, but I didn't think it would do that much. Alright, change of plans. We're doing a nature change onto Luck. And we're going to give Luck the modest nature. That's step 1. Step 2 is we are giving Falco an item. And that item is going to be... We can't get Choice Band just yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, yeah, we'd be Choice Band Warriors with Dracovish here. We're going Mystic Water here, though. So that's still going to give us a buff to our Water-type moves. Dude, Zygarde surviving Ice Beam is crazy. Crazy. Like, I really wanted to be mad at that, but I couldn't. I could only laugh. I could only laugh. That was crazy. Better not put Pom Bomb on 2 legs. Yeah, we'll see what Game Freak does with it. We know that they do have a history of liking to make those, the quadruped starters stand on 2 legs. Alright, I'm gonna do another set of save states here. I'm gonna pick Pom Bomb regardless, just because fire types are the superior starters. And that's just an objective fact. Argue with the wall about it. It's just, you know, fire types have consistently been the best starters. One more save state with Dracovish up front here. Alright, Brock. So, even with that defensive boost, Vicious Rend should be good to Oko now with our Mystic Water. Beautiful. Alright, Iron Boulder goes down. He sends out Zygarde. We respond to Zygarde with Luck. Luck comes out here. Zygarde goes Coil. 1,000 arrows. Alright. Alright, off the bat, just like that. You didn't even want to try reasoning with me? 1,000 arrows? Alright. That's what I get for saying that this fight is going to be easier than I expected. Because I should have known better. Alright, anticipating 1,000 arrows here. That's a move that also hits flying types. That's not like we can swap into a flying type. What if we did... Okay, idea. So anticipating 1,000 arrows. We go Joker, because we know Joker can survive at least one of those. Right, yeah, live that. We now go Fake Out. The purpose of Fake Out is for nothing but damage. In fact, it has leftovers, so that might have been kind of pointless. But we're not anticipating a second 1,000 arrows. So we go Luck here. Actually, he might go for a second 1,000 arrows, because I think that would KO. Yeah, he goes for a second 1,000 arrows. Alright. Ideas. Vicious Rend. What if we see how much another Vicious Rend does? So it goes neutral here. 1,000 arrows. Oh, nice. Okay. Vicious Rend. So Zygarde goes down too. We're still faster. This thing is a little bit bulkier. Blood Moon is gonna hurt. Yeah. Okay. So let's say, let's say that we just accepted that and we just sacked Falco. Next up would be Ice Beam from Luck. Take out Ursaluna. Aerodactyl does outspeed by a lot here. Aerodactyl's speed is going to be 253. It also carries Dragon Dance, which I'm worried about. However, if Brock anticipates me to switch out, I would actually be good to just go ahead and KO this thing right now. I don't think Brock's going to anticipate the switch out, though. I think Brock is going to anticipate that I stay in, and he's going to go for the KO. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I'm going to have to reset, because this isn't intended to be my final run. But let's go for Thunderbolt, and just see what it does. Actually, let's go for a Volt Switch and just see what it does. So he goes Mega Ring. It does have Dragon Dance, and again, we don't think it's going to go Dragon Dance. If it does, though, that's great for us. Because then we also get to keep Luck. Yeah, no, it goes straight for the Earthquake. Okay. Ideas here. Ideas. Ursaluna, Blood Moon. We could... It's gonna Vacuum Wave. It has a pretty bad special defense, but a pretty good special attack. I'm wondering if there's like any way that we could get Luck on it, right? Its physical defense is like outstanding. Alright, let's test Luck here. So we go Vicious Rend. Vicious Rend. Now we go... I mean, we know that Luck can one-shot after it's been hurt. What if we did... Alright, so does Luck live this Blood Moon? I highly doubt it. Like, very much doubt it. If Luck does live this by, like, any chance, then Sandstorm takes us out immediately after. Yeah, didn't expect that. Okay. Sue's living a Blood Moon. Let's try Sue. Let's not only try Sue. Let's try Sue with... Let's go Move Relearn here. Huh, I thought Sue got Hydro Pump. Maybe it does. Hold on. Because we have the Hydro Pump TM. Did they give Hydro Pump to Goodra in this game? I thought I got the Hydro Pump TM. Maybe I was wrong. Nope, I did. And it does. Perfect. Alright, let's give Goodra Hydro Pump here, and y'all will see soon why, or see why soon. I guess we don't need Muddy Water, right? go. Sue has Hydro Pump. Now looking at Sue's nature. Alright, specially offensive. I might go specially defensive just to really make sure that it tanks an attack from Ursaluna. However, if I'm not specially, or if I'm not speed detrimental, then we will guarantee out speed, which is nice. It is nice. Okay, let's do that actually. Let's go modest on the nature. I don't think I can get Assault Vest until I get to Cinnabar 2. That's what I need to do. If I can get to Cinnabar Island, Cinnabar is like Celadon City Part 2 in this game, where once you get there, it unlocks like so many more things for you to succeed. So Sue, change the nature, we're going modest here. Alright, heading back to the gym now. And honestly, once we get Aerodactyl out of there, right? Once we get Aerodactyl out of there, it's just a matter of safely getting Dracovish back in there. And then we're pretty set. I mean, Iron Treads might be a threat a little bit, but its defenses are lower than Zygarde's. Its attack is a little bit heavier, so that Earthquake might hit a tiny bit harder. So we'll see. Alright, Brock. Vicious Rend. Vicious Rend. Vicious Rend. Alright, Ursaluna comes out. Oops, did not mean to do that. Ursaluna comes out. We go Katsuyu. Ursaluna's speed is only 96. And with the base special defense, sorry, of only 65. There we go. What I am somewhat worried about is that it does carry Earth Power and Vacuum Wave, which are both super effective here, but we'll see. Now we're going to go Hydro Pump. There we go, Sue, landing the Hydro Pump. Oh, beautiful. We live in Earth Power, maybe. No! Ah, Sue goes down. That's really not what I want. Because the Hisuian Gudra is a great asset here. Okay. Worth a try. Worth a try. What about... Gagio. Oh, that did a lot. Now he can't Earth Power. What if I just Body Press, just to see what happens, right? I don't think Hyper Voice KOs me here. I really hope it doesn't. If it does, of course it does. Alright. Dang, what do I switch into this Ursaluna, man? Maybe Dracovish wasn't the answer. Maybe we need a speedy special attacker. We have access to one. It's a big if, though. If I could, like, boost Dracovish's attack output at all, that would be great. Let's see. Can't get to Cinnabar yet. Alright, I have kind of an idea, but it's a little extra. Alright, here we go. So, basically, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll come back and tell you guys my idea. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright. Boom. Back. Grab me a little snack too. Okay, so here's my idea, and it's gonna add some more time to our playthrough, of course, because nothing's ever easy here. But here's my idea. So we're gonna start off by going to Fuchsia City. Never mind, actually. Never mind. Change of plans, not doing that. Alright, so the Safari Zone has Paradox Pokemon. That's good to know. Iron Hands, Iron Moth. Also has Meltan, which is a pre-evo to Melmetal. Mythical Pokemon, by the way. Iron Thorns, Iron Jugulus. And Eternal Floette. Just looking at the encounters right now. An option. Let's see what else we have. Ah. Okay. Cooking a little bit more here. Okay. Okay. This one should definitely be very, very, very interesting. So, very slow mon, like one of the slowest that we've ever seen. But Wishy-Washy has a Sevian form that they gave it in Radical Red that has identical stats to its regular form, or its schooling form, except it has a base HP stat of 60 as opposed to 55, but those 5 points that it got in HP, it took from speed, so base speed of 25. So always slow, which is fine. Wishy-Washy was never really a super fast mon anyways, but let me read off the other stats. So speed of 25, right, obviously very slow, but you're not getting a Wishy-Washy if you're trying to outspeed things. HP of 60, nothing that's really all that impressive. It's kind of bad, actually. However, attack of 140, defense of 130, special attack of 140, special defense of 135. That means that we can switch this thing into just about anything and tank it very comfortably and return some very, very heavy damage too. And while it might not necessarily be exactly what we need for this Brock fight, I think we could still find ourselves in a pretty favorable position. Ghost and Dragon type. In terms of movesets, the only thing is though, right, using it against Ursaluna is part normal type, so we wouldn't have access to our ghost type stabs there. So things like Shadow Ball would be useless. We do still have access to Dragon Pulse though. We could also go Outrage if we wanted to go physical attacker, or even Dragon Hammer there too. So could do that potentially. I just need something to deal with Ursula. I need something that's going to deal with Ursaluna, but also isn't like just a one-off, you know? Didn't they make Delmai's a special attacker, or was I reading that wrong? Yeah, no, they made Delmai's a special attacker in this. So I could go Delmai's. Only thing about Delmai's is that if we use our Sevian Egg on Delmai's, I kind of wanted it to be a mon that also had use against Misty. And Delmai's doesn't really, not the way that like a Mantine would or something. So I don't know about that. However, looking at our raid dens again, right? You do have the ability to try to beat Brandon and then use the encounters from the Safari Zone. But before that, I want to look at the raid dens. So, looking at the raid den, we said what? Route 8 and Route 8, Route 2, and Route 15. So, Route 2, the Shellos. I think we had already considered that and determined that Gastrodon isn't really all that it's cracked up to be. At least not for what we need here. I mean, special attack of 92. Comparing that to Ursaluna's special defense of 65, but its HP of 113. We need something that's going to hit a lot harder. So I don't think Gastrodon's going to give us what we want here. Alternatively, we do also have, let's see, Spritzy. Alright, looking at then Route 15, Raid Den. There's also apparently a raid den on Route 14. How did I miss that? Where's Route 14? Take the Poker Rider. Oh, okay. So there's a raid den on Route 14 also that we have missed. In fact, I don't think I used any of my encounters on Route 14, so let's do that too. Because Route 14 raid den, reason why I bring that up is because we have access to Peliper, Amoonguss, Hisuian Sneasel, Dedenne, and Galarian Weezing, all of which are... Oh my goodness, really? Really, we're doing this? Alright. Actually kind of underprepared here. Wait a minute. Alright, Route 14 here. There might be boss battles, so that's something to be wary of. But there does appear to be a raid den, a TM. Let me just check for mini bosses here. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. In that case, if there are no mini bosses, let's go to our PC. Assuming that we are going to have to fight some of these guys, so let's temporarily swap out Dracovish. Let's also bring back Benny for a second here. Actually, I do want luck. Just take our heavy hitters with us. That way we can breeze through these trainers. So we don't really need like the setup mons or anything like that. Alright. Now, knowing that... Oh, okay. I didn't have to sneak past those guys at all. Cool. Dragon Claw TM, not bad. Looking at our raid den on Route 14 here. So yeah, Peliper probably is ideal. Just checking out Peliper's stats for a second. We won't have access to Drizzle, unfortunately, because hardcore mode. But let's see, what does it convert Drizzle to? I think it actually converts Drizzle to adaptability, which might be better. Ability changes. Yeah, Drizzle, we got adaptability. Alright, so adaptability Peliper is actually very, 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 very solid. Very solid. Because then we get a boost on a bunch of moves, including, but not limited to, Water Pulse, Brine, Hydro Pump. Does it only get Surf through TM? That's somewhat annoying. Okay. Good to consider. Only getting Surf through TM learn up or level up is TM learning is somewhat annoying, but we can work around that. Yeah. Okay, so Peliper is definitely a good option there. Pincurchin, I think, is not a good option at all. It's just too slow and is weak to ground type moves, so we don't want that. And Peliper, I think, does give us 70 special defense. Actually, is not really much to rave about. I wonder. What if we did that, right? Alright. Kind of have an idea here, not really. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Here, so let's go back to computer. If I can get it, if I can get Brock to use, actually no, that's not gonna work because it carries Vacuum Wave. Okay. And then Route 14, wild Pokemon encounters. I don't think there's any fishing on Route 14. Not in the grass, however, we can encounter. Okay, we can get Peliper in the grass here, which is good because then we actually don't even have to use. Oh, we can get Golisopod too. Aw, man, Usopp. Get Usopp back. Probably gonna go back to Route 14 though to get Peliper in the grass just to test him out. So let's do that. Just because. Been a little while without any action, man. Where's the action? All right. Oops. Alright, let's turn off Infinite Repel. Let's do a save state here and here. Alright, Peliper. Don't be annoying. Alright, we're doing this. Mind you, Peliper is supposed to have the highest encounter rate. Although, to be fair, that is only 20. Golisopod. I really do want another Golisopod, but not right now. Torkoal. Torkoal. Dude, where? There we go. Finally, man. Finally. Alright, give a nickname. What am I nicknaming this thing? I'm feeling a One Piece nickname, but I don't know which one. Yeah, I'm going Sanji. I don't know why. I'm going overly Sanji. Best anime name for Fampi. Could do Max Elephant, although you might be running out of characters there, so if you wanted, you could, like, take out all the vowels. Except for the E, of course, so, like, Max and then, like, ELPHNT. Alright. Let's turn Infinite Repel back on. Let's grab Sanji from the PC. The only thing with Peliper that I wasn't sure about, right? Let's try Peliper as is right now. And y'all will see what I mean by as is in a second. So if we're just testing out strategies right now, I think we can safely put all these guys away. Go to our bag. I don't have the TM for Surf, right? You got that in the Safari Zone? Yeah, I didn't think so. Right. Actually, let's use the TM case anyways, because I do want to give it Hydro Pump. Oh, it already has Hydro Pump. Nice. Nice. Level 50. We do have to level it up, though, so I'm actually not done here. Alright, now, last thing I forgot to do actually was go summary, defensive, interesting. I've got to get to Cinnabar Island. Like, every item that I've looked up the past, like, 10 streams has been Cinnabar Island only, man. Alright. In order to do that, I need to beat Koga, and in order to beat Koga, we have to beat Brock, Misty, and Surge. Apparently, only Brock, Misty, and Surge are required. It seems like Erica is optional. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is go Modest Nature, try that out. Also heal. Let's head over to the gym. Alright, I'm gonna turn off speed up real quick. Alright. Do a save state. That's what pre-Peliper. So I'm gonna keep one of the pre-Peliper ones. I'm gonna keep 8 pre-Peliper or 7 pre-Peliper, and we'll keep. We'll do this one. So we'll do 5 and 8. All right. So we open up Vicious Rend. Oh, okay. So I did all that. Oh, he vacuum waved, right. Alright. So he opens up with Ursaluna second is interesting. In that case, we are going to, right, anticipating that he goes for the vacuum wave, which is fine. We want him to. Overly live that. Now we go Water Pulse. Here we go, Sanji. Alright. Ursaluna's down. As for who is next, I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, Aerodactyl. This one I don't have much of an answer to. If it lands any of its rock-type moves, that's GG's for us. It only has Stone Edge. If it misses Stone Edge, yippee, right? We land a Water Pulse. Aerodactyl goes down here. The guy can hope? Question mark? Yeah. With its speed stat at 253, we are not outspeeding that anytime soon. I mean, I can hope to get an Iron Head off, right? If I live in Earthquake. Oh, you Dragon Danced. Okay. Alright, well, I guess Sanji's sacrifice wasn't in vain there. It lived the Dragon Dance. It lived. Right, because super effective moves don't do as much. How do I keep forgetting that about this fight? King Shield. Did he just Dragon Dance on me again? I think he just Dragon Danced on me again. That's bad news. Oh, wow. Okay. He spammed Dragon Dance for whatever reason. Cool. If he coils, we go Luck. I kind of want him to coil here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save state at 9 and see if he goes coil. If he doesn't go coil, I kind of know what to do, actually. Nope, 1,000 arrows. Alright. So then I King Shield. Now, I don't think 1,000 arrows is guaranteed Oko, so I'm going to go into Luck. There we go. Now he coils. The Ice Beam. Luck, I believe we gave Modest Nature, too, to guarantee that this KOs. Yeah. There we go. Now, Luck is the fastest mon in battle from here on. He's going to send in Iron Treads, for sure. Booster Energy Iron Treads is a threat, yes. However... Okay. Earthquake is almost guaranteed. Let me think here. I don't have a safe switch into Earthquake, and that is the biggest concern. Alright, that's good to know. If Sanji were alive, we would have that switch into Earthquake, and then from there it would probably go... Alright, let's see. So no safe switch into Earthquake, plus Booster Energy boosting attack, like anybody that we switch into is pretty much dead here. I can hope that Ice Beam does a little bit of something, but without Freeze. Ah, so Booster Energy boosted speed. Really? That's good to know. Did it boost speed, or did me switching to Modest Nature hurt Luck? Let's find out. No. Okay, so me switching to Modest Nature hurt Luck. And while I don't like the idea of having to sack Luck, and I'm not going to, I would like to at least confirm that Vicious Rend KOs here. And if it doesn't, then we'll figure it out from there. It does not. Okay. What if, right? Same setup. Vicious Ren, take him down. Ursaluna. Alright, here's the plan. We Vicious Ren one time, right? He goes for whatever he uses. Rather than going Vicious Ren again, knowing he's not going to Blood Moon, right? We know he's going to Vacuum Wave. Vacuum Wave does not affect Excalibur, right? So we go in here. Okay. Alright. It's like every other time he went Vacuum Wave, the one time we want him to go Vacuum Wave, he doesn't. Vicious Rend. Vicious Rend. Let's see. So we didn't go Vacuum Wave that time. What did he use? No, it was Vacuum Wave. That's weird. Oh, it has Scrappy. No, Scrappy, even with Scrappy, Vacuum Wave wouldn't do that much to... Well, either way, right? Water Pulse KO's here. We don't have to worry about that. Next is Aerodactyl that comes in with Stone Edge. So... Do I have any eggs? I get one egg, and it's a Sevian egg, but I don't really have any use case there for what I need this for. So let's see. So it's gonna Stone Edge. The good news is it Stone Edges and then like locks itself into Dragon Dance for some reason. So what we can do is, yeah, so now it's just gonna Dragon Dance a lot. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. My theory is because it doesn't sense a one-hit KO. What is the item on Excalibur also? Because if we don't have Metal Coat, then we need Metal Coat. No, we have Leftovers. Actually, no, we're going to keep Leftovers. I'm going to King Shield. King Shield. It Earthquakes. Okay, and then, so this is why I think it Dragon Dances, is because I think with the Shield form, and my health being as high as it is, I don't think the game senses a guaranteed KO from Earthquake, and that's why it Dragon Dances. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. That is very good to know, because now we get a KO onto Aerodactyl, and we get Excalibur back at full health. So next was Zygarde, if I recall correctly. So he sends out Zygarde. This is where we anticipate that he goes for Coil. Yeah. However, to guarantee that he goes for Coil, we first have to go King Shield. Because otherwise the AI is going to read a KO with 1,000 Arrows. Yep. AI read 1,000 Arrows KO. No longer has a KO for 1,000 Arrows. So now it's going to go Coil. Meaning that we can safely swap into Luck. Go Luck. Coil. After goes Coil. Perfect, perfect. Here we go. Ice Beam. Ooh, almost misclicked. Ice Beam here. Zygarde goes down. After Zygarde is Iron Treads. There's a few things I could do here. Luck is not faster. However, of all the moves that Iron Treads has, increases its defense. That's slightly annoying. That is a little bit annoying. But we can deal with that, and I'll show you how. We are going to anticipate a ground type move here. Switch into Sanji. Earthquake doesn't affect Sanji. Sandstorm rages. We take a little bit of damage here. I don't believe that Iron Treads has any moves that can OHKO us from this point. So we're going to go in for the Water Pulse. Yeah, knock off. Does some damage, but nothing that's the end of the world. We Water Pulse, do a little bit of damage here. Sanji gets hit by the Sandstorm, which is not ideal, but not the worst thing. I think we can honestly safely Roost, anticipating another knockoff. Oh, Sanji, there we go. Alright. A little bit of Sandstorm damage, but again, it has nothing, right? Like, it has nothing. We can Water Pulse, or I can Roost again. I'm gonna Roost again. Ice Spinner, not my favorite thing, but again, like no stab, it's not gonna KO. We roost. All right, Sanji kind of MVP, I can't lie. A little bit of damage there. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roost one more time, right? Let him do what he's gonna do. Roost one more time to get that health back. There we go. Now we can, I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it because I know that we can take at least 2 more Ice Spinners. So there we go, Sanji with the KO there. And that's actually pretty critical because now his last Mon being Landorus. What's up, Yako Bell? Appreciate you for the dono, man. Have I ever played Unbound? I have not. You won against Brock? That's what's up. That is what's up. Alright, let's go. I almost don't want to sack Sanji because he's been so great this fight. Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-turn, and Grass Knot. So that's a Stone Edge coming in, right? We know that. Yeah. I wish I could safely send in somebody else. I can't. I could send in Falco to take the hit here and then go Luck, right? Either way, I just need to safe switch into Luck, and I don't have one here. I don't have one, yeah. If I thought that he was going, like, literally anything but Stone Edge or Earthquake, I would. Because, look, I mean, it's literally just, so I might have to sack Sanji. It's not the worst, I guess. Peliper is a decent mon, but without Drizzle, we weren't going to get a lot of use out of it. All right, I'm going to sack Sanji here. I'm going to hope that he misses Stone Edge. Hope that Sanji lands a crazy Hydro Pump critical hit and see how it goes. Yeah, all right. Sanji, you fought well. You definitely earned your place Hall of Fame. Here we go. Landorus Therian. Speed is 79. I feel like that's important to check because Zepstrika is not as fast as one would think. Send out Zepstrika, and we end the fight here with an Ice Beam. All right, first boss, our gym leader rematch done. Next is going to be Misty. All right, so yeah, we lost Peliper, but could have gone worse. Could have gone way worse. And we got the Aerodactyl Megastone. Nice. That's actually kind of huge because Aerodactyl has a solid Mega. And let me see where we get the old Amber from. Ah, okay. So apparently, old Amber is... Yeah, I totally forgot about fossils too. That is another way that I can get encounters. So yeah, that's the old Amber. There we go. So we can get a Mega Aerodactyl at any point. Nice. Looking at our team, I think it was only Peliper that fainted. Yeah, Sanji's the only one that fainted. Now that I think about it, it might have actually made more sense for Dracovish to faint because its ability makes it mostly just kind of good with Sandstorm. But we might have more Sandstorm battles in the future, who knows. Anyways, we have Misty coming up. First thing I'm going to do is open up the KO box and lay to rest Sanji the Peliper. You were on the team for maybe a total of 10 minutes, but you definitely made an impact, dude. Rest in peace. Will not be forgotten. All right. Putting the team back together a little bit here. Let's go Joker. Let's see. Probably won't need to use Goku at all because Misty is a water type gym leader, but we'll see. She opens up with Iron Bundle. So that has me thinking that Fake Out Joker is the right way to go to lead off. Yeah, I'm thinking we go Joker, right? From Joker, we Fake Out to break Sash, set up light screens, then we can probably pivot into Sevian Mantine, who will be carrying the ability. Let me just make sure that it does get this. Yeah, we'll be carrying Storm Drain. So the moment that Iron Bundle tries to go for any sort of water type move, we get that, get our special attack boosted. Won't be able to hurt us actually, because our special defense is going to be at 120. So that's just going to be like insane. I mean, they can hope for like 3 crits in a row on Ice Beam. Not going to happen. So we go there. At that point, she doesn't really have any safe switches. She could predict the electric type move and try to go Thunderous with the Volt Absorb. But Thunderous doesn't have anything that could really hurt us. And our special attack is boosted, so we can come in with like a Sludge Bomb. Gyarados is getting demolished by, you know, whatever electric type attack that we use. We're also faster than Gyarados too, which is great. So it's going to have to Mega Evolve and Dragon Dance to get off a move before us. Yeah, I'm thinking Sevian Mantine is like almost a no-brainer for us in that regard, that front. So let's head back to Fuchsia and begin preparing to take on Misty. So Pokemon Center. What I'm gonna do is, I believe that we have to save state for this, or no, not save state. I think we have to like save game here. Oh, I messed up. I should have cleared space in my box first, or my party. Let's go to our PC really quickly just to clear some space for the egg. Put Goku away for now. Alright, now let's save one more time. What is Radical Red? I'm glad you asked. Radical Red is Pokemon Fire Red, so same region and characters and story, but it has been modified to make it more difficult. They made it more difficult 2 ways. Number 1, they've expanded the Pokedex to include Pokemon from all 9 regions, as well as the Mega Evolution and Z-Move battle mechanics. And number 2, it has way smarter AI. I mean, I'm talking like the AI that makes predictions and has teams that you would only see in like high-level competitive Pokemon gameplay. Other than that, though, outside of that, it is Pokemon Fire Red, right? I'm in the Kanto region in Fuchsia City. Everything about that is the same. Gym leader is Koga here. There are a couple story differences, I will say that. It's not entirely accurate to say that it's the same story. Couple story differences. Number 1, you have 2 rivals. So Brendan from the Gen 3 games, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, he is another rival of yours in this game. I'm also just realizing, did I save after beating Brock? I don't think I did. There we go. So yeah, you have 2 rivals. So that's something, is that, you know, you're going to have more rival battles. And then, where I am right now, before you can take on Koga, you have to rematch gym leaders. So I just beat Brock for the 2nd time. I'm going to go beat Misty for the 2nd time here. So that's another one. And then the Team Rocket storyline is slightly different to where you actually get interactions between Mewtwo and Team Rocket. Whereas in the original, you know, Kanto games and their remakes, it was just you talking about Team Rocket and Mewtwo. And then that was that. Not even you talking about it. Like, you can read about it at, what, Cinnabar Mansion? That was about it. Alright, let's talk to this guy, get our egg. Should hatch in no time at all. I think it's like a 50-foot hatch time. And we're hoping for Mantine. If not, we're going to just refresh here, reload. Let's see, let's just run around a little bit. Let's see what we got. Mantine, or Mantike is what we're hoping for. Ah, Sizzlipede. Not a mon that I hate by any means, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, go here. Alright, will it hatch in the Pokemon Center? Can I just run around here? There we go. Mantike. Okay, let's see. Electric and Poison. Electric and Poison. Electric and Poison. What lightning users have I not used yet? Went Loxus, went Kashimo, went Azula. We already have Luck on our team as well. Let's see, prominent lightning users. Who is... You would think as many as there are, right? I wouldn't have this hard of a time thinking of one. But prominent lightning users in anime. We have the Raikage from Naruto. As well as like the host of Lightning Chakra release jutsus and users there. So that's an ability, of course. Fairy Tail makes use of lightning magic. Black Clover does as well. I don't know. Then there's also Poison too. Oh, I got it. I got it. I'm blanking on the girl's name, but begins with a J. Jiro. There we go. Jiro from MHA. Jiro from MHA. Wi-Fi, because the top of the head looks like Wi-Fi. That's not bad. But my naming convention is aiming to follow characters from anime or manga series that I've seen. So I'm going Jiro because the tail looks like Jiro from My Hero Academia, like her little things that are part of her quirk. Her amp chords. Alright, so Mantike, we gotta evolve it by getting it to level 30. Easy enough. Looking at Jiro though. Special defense is 6. It's our detrimental nature, speed beneficial. Ability is static, we can change that though. But before anything else, we're gonna go ahead and pump this thing absolutely full of rare candies. I mean, I'm talking like, this poor kid is gonna have a stomach ache for weeks, man. All this candy we're about to feed him. Or her. Alright, Jiro. Get ready for a sugar rush. There we go. Evolution. And then we can always relearn moves later. I am seeing Sludge Bomb though, so that's nice. Let's just sing Thunderbolt. Alright. There we go. Jiro is now all caught up with the team. Only things left to do are looking at Jiro's stats here. Special defense of 120, speed of 95, special attack of 100. I'm thinking we are going to either boost its special attack or its special defense. I mean, looking at Misty's team, her natures include Jolly Palafin, who gets walled pretty badly, actually, by Toad. Modest Kingdra. Calm Archaludon. So she doesn't have a lot of super fast Pokemon, right? I mean, if we're at what, a speed beneficial nature right now, I think, which we were going to get rid of. But with the speed beneficial nature, our speed is 170. We would be the second fastest mon on third fastest on Misty's team after Iron Bundle and Swift Swim Kingdra. That can't be. That's not true. Thunderous is also faster than us. We'd be the 4th fastest on Misty's team. Iron Bundle, Swift Swim, Kingdra, and Therian Thunderous would all be faster than us. But this is okay, because none of those mons can one-shot us with our insane special defense stat. So what I'm going to do now is go here. Let's get a nature change. Just a matter of what nature I go with. I can go modest. I'm not worried about speed. This thing is so tanky that speed isn't super necessary. Could go modest so it hits hard, or I can go special defense beneficial so that we take a lot of hits. Looking at Misty's team, special attacker, she has Iron Bundle, Archaludon, and Thunderous Therian. So we'd be able to eat a lot of hits from all of those. Physical attackers include Gyarados. Mega Gyarados has a special defense of 130? Why? 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 Who decided Mega Gyarados needs to be a special tank? Nello? I guess, man. It's actually kind of annoying. Because now I gotta teach Volt Switch to Jiro to make sure that she doesn't get Earthquaked off rip. Alright. Knowing that, I don't think that actually changes much. Second Misty battle? Yeah, second Misty battle. So on Arc, did I get your comment? Which comment? The one where you said, yo? Yo to you too, sir. Or ma'am, or person, however you prefer to be identified. Alright, I think I'm gonna go modest nature. I can always change it too, so that's not the end of the world there. There we go. Last thing is going to be item. I'm thinking for item, I'm gonna lead with a magnet for now. Just so we can ensure that we really get as much damage as we can on those electric type attacks. So we'll give a magnet to Jiro. Cool. Cool. Alright, let's give this Misty fight a test run. Let's take our Poke Rider over to Cerulean. Now our Chaludon with the Assault Vest and Stamina is kind of annoying, but I think we're still at a much bigger advantage if we go for special attacks and physical, because between Stamina and our Chaludon's somewhat monstrous physical defense, I don't think it's a good idea to try to hammer away at that. Which is fine. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Overly alright. Yeah, we're good. We're good. This is just round 1 of our tests on beating Misty. We do have some other mons in our back pocket if we need them, but I don't think we will. Alright, Misty. Remember me? I'm back. So, we're leading with Joker. Yeah. Let's do a safe state. Let's do one right here. And one right here? Question mark? Yeah. 8 and 9. Cool. Alright, Misty. Yeah. Enough of the talk. Alright, opens with Iron Bundle. We're going to break Sash with Fake Out. Next thing I'm going to do is set screens. Light Screen. Iron Bundle uses Flip Turn. Interesting. Our Chaludon's almost guaranteed to go Flash Cannon here. So I say we go Sue to tank it. And then... I'm pretty sure that our Chaludon's faster. I think Gudra's a pretty slow mon here. Yeah, Sue's pretty slow. Yeah. Special attack is not bad, though. So it'll probably stay... Oh, it could body press, and that might be an issue for us. Let's just Dragon Pulse, see how much body press does. Alright, yeah, it does a lot more than I'm comfortable with. But due to Gooey, it's slower now. So we can actually move first next turn. That's good. Alright, oh, not nearly enough. Not nearly enough, yeah, no. However, if we get a Dragon Fang, we might be able to boost output on that. Oh, but then Body Press is going to be even stronger due to stamina. Okay. Yeah, that is something that I probably should have considered. Alright, that's fine. In that case... the same thing, right? We go... Fake Out. If we're gonna get flip turned anyways, now let's just light screen. Let's light screen, flip turn into our Chaladon. She goes Flash Cannon. Let me see, because I could do also... About where is that TM? Shoot. Alright, I could try to get into the Safari Zone and get the TM for Aura Sphere. I could try to get to Route 20, which I think I need Surf for, so that's dead. Otherwise, I'd be able to Focus Blast there. Oh, it's you rivals. That's right. Long time no see. Send a comment on one of the YouTube shorts to react. Let me see. Have my phone on me. Gohan's new form by Pringus McDingus. You want me to react to Pringus McDingus. You want me to... Listen, let me tell you something, alright? I'm a grown man, okay? I'm 26 years old. I pay bills, right? You see this apartment that I'm in right here? I pay rent on this apartment. I pay a lot of money to live here, right? I pay a lot of money to handle my grown man business. And you want me to take time out of paying a lot of money and handling a lot of grown man business to watch and react to Pringus McDingus. Alright, our Chaladon is up. Pringus? Name alone is already frying me. Who can I send into our Chaladon? What about instead of that? What if instead we lead with Jiro to see what he does? I mean, odds are we still get flip turned, but I think it's worth at least seeing what Misty goes for here. Alright, so if we go Thunderbolt here, yeah, definitely flip turn. That is good though. That is good to know. Because if she's guaranteed to flip turn, then we can Thunder Wave. Oh, alright. Another idea. Hold on. I'm the idea man today. I'm the idea man today. Go Storm Drain Jiro, right? Hold on. Alright, Storm Drain Jiro. We still open up here. Break Sash. switch. Jiro. We eat that flip turn with the Storm Drain. Yeah, where do you think you were going? There we go. Special attack rose. And now, right, Iron Bundle, I mean, try something. I dare you. Double dare you. Ice Beam. Yeah, Thunderbolt is packing up Iron Bundle. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, our Chaladon comes out. Looking at our Chaladon's moveset here. Our Chaladon has Body Press, Electroshock, Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon. If I were our Chaladon, I would go for Dragon Pulse. Of all the moves that I have here, that one just makes the most sense. Let's see. I believe I'm faster than our Chaladon, though. 141 compared to 155. There we go. Alright, that is good. Knowing that I'm faster, I actually could even come in here and put like a Thunder Wave on Jiro too. That way we can come in with like, you know, guaranteed outspeeding, and use like... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Dragon Pulse with Katsuyu, or whatever other moves we need to use. Because honestly, if I do like special attacking Excalibur, we eat everything but Electroshot. And Electroshot gets eaten by luck. So let's do... I want to see how much a special attack boosted Thunderbolt does. I'm not expecting a lot here, but I just want to see how much. It does have Assault Vest, so that is a little annoying. More than I would have thought. Okay, alright. So that is the plan there. Is to definitely go with Storm Drain Jiro. Let's then... So for Jiro, let's send in... Let's go Move Relearn. Thunder Wave. Are Steel type Pokemon? Yeah, no, they are. Never mind. Never mind. Acid Spray is... I was thinking of something else. There was another like non-damaging poison type move that I believe Steel types were not immune to, but this is a damaging one, so our Chaladon will be immune to it. All right, let's go Thunder Wave, because I was gonna say if I had a way to greatly lower its special defense, I could pop that, right? And then with my special attack boosted, a couple Thunderbolts and it's out of here. Let's do Thunder Wave instead of Shock Wave. We also get access to Roost, which is nice, because let's go Move Relearn here. Let's do Roost instead of Thunder Shock. We don't need Sludge Bomb for anything, right? Yeah, I think we're good on Sludge Bomb. Alright. Now that we have Jiro's moveset a little bit more right there, let's go. I'm going to do another save state real quick. Alright, let's lock in. So he opens an Iron Bundle. We go Joker. We open up a Fake Out. Break Sash. Done. Now we know that Iron Bundle is going to go Flip Turn because the Sash is broken. What is the point of this then? Sending out an Iron Bundle just to Flip Turn? Is it because it doesn't have an OHKO, so it wants to flip into somebody who possibly does? Either way, Jiro comes in and eats that with Storm Drain. Here's where we take down Iron Bundle. Thunderbolt. Alright. Our Chaladon comes out. I believe it Dragon Pulses here. I am going to Thunder Wave. That is my first order of business. Dragon Pulse. We do eat that because we have a monstrous special defense. But not so monstrous that we can eat as many of those as we want yet. If I, however, Roost here, then I keep my special attack boost. Still going to keep Dragon Pulsing. It's not the worst, I guess. What I could do is, right, now we go in for Maybe I'll even go for a supersonic, right? Really try to make it so that he can't move. Perfect. Hurt yourself in confusion. Nice. Now that we've got that going, I can start using Thunderbolt. She's scared to swap in anybody else because I have a +1 special attack Thunderbolt here, boosted by Magnet. I can roost to get that HP back. However, what I am going to need is for our Chaladon to start taking real damage here. There we go. Alright, plan is Thunderbolt one more time. Use my last roost. I'm not too thrilled about using my last roost, but what I can do now is send in Sue. Say it body pressed. You body pressed. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, you're telling me that the AI suddenly knew I was going to send in my Hisui and Gudra after you got to... Okay. What's a matter of, did it body press because it knew I was sending in Gudra? Or did it body press because it got to +6 defense and that was just the smartest thing for it to do? Questions, questions, questions. What I also want to know is, do I have the TM for Shadow Ball? If I don't, I know where to get it. In fact, it probably would be faster if I just went to go get it instead of just checking the long way. Yeah. Oh, Scorching Sands. If I don't mind, I can learn that. Alright, well, let's go get the TM for Shadow Ball. The reason I'm going to do that is because once we get to a certain point, we can, what's it called? Use Special Attacking Aegislash. And Special Attacking Aegislash will be able to be immune to Body Press and eat Dragon Pulses. Electro Shot is still somewhat of a threat, but let's see, what else does it have? And Flash Cannon, we eat Flash Cannons too. Perfect. So yeah, it would just be Electro Shot, really, that would be the threat there. And if we do anticipate Electro Shot, that's when we can come in with one of the few mons that we have that tank it. So first thing I'm going to do is go to Nature Change on Aegislash. Go Modest Nature. What system do I use and what version is this? This is Pokemon Fire Red and I am on Game Boy Advance. SP, so like the small one that folds over. Alright, let's go. Oops, wrong side. There we go, TMs. The Energy Ball. Would be nice to have Energy Ball too. I'm gonna get Energy Ball. I don't know if I have any mons that can learn it, but it's nice to have. Air Slash, same thing there. Shadow Claw, Knockoff, I already have. Okay, it's good to know. Oh, maybe I was wrong. I thought Shadow Ball was here. Let me look at the items list. The items list. What's going on, Frank Shin? Oh, we gotta beat Morty to get Shadow Ball. Okay, if it's not one side quest, it's another. Alright, let's look what Morty's team is looking like. Johto leaders. We fight Morty. He opened up with Crocodile, that is Intimidate, Jolly Nature, then he goes Dusknoir, Mismagius, Cerule, Jamaica Gengar. Alright. Alright, let's go to Lavender Town then, I guess. Poke Rider. I thought I already had the TM for Shadow Ball. You know what it was? I think it was Shadow Claw. I think that's what I got at Lavender Town, and that's what it confused me. Alright, I think this is where Morty is, right? Yeah. Alright, Morty. Let's do it. You open up with Crocodile, Morty. I am going to open up with Luck, who I'm hoping can OHKO you with this. Alright, we go Ice Beam. Nice. I don't know if that was a crit that did it, though. I'm hoping it wasn't, but we'll see. Magius, I don't know. Am I faster than this thing? I don't know. I gotta put it in the damage calc because the guide would assume that I did this like in story order, and so it thinks my Pokemon are still level 36. Alright, if we go... Oh, Miss Magius is part fairy in this. That's good to know. Let's see. Everything is guaranteed to it, KO. Miss Magius is also more of a special attacker, special defender than physical defender. Speed is 184. I'm almost positive that it's faster than us, especially running Timid Nature here. Oh, it's faster than us by 1? Oh, I wonder then if I went Speedy Nature, then I'd probably outspeed it, right? Okay, good to know. Well, it does outspeed us. However, it doesn't OHKO us. So what I'm going to do... Ooh, or do I want to Thunder Wave? Volt Switch or Thunder Wave? You know what? I'm going to prioritize damage. Let's Volt Switch. Or I could Thunder Wave, get the guaranteed outspeed, and then just pivot into... No. Volt Switch. What did I just hit? Oh, nice. Okay, that's what I've been looking for, is a way to check battle conditions. Alright, let's go Volt Switch here. Nasty Plot. Oh, I was really hoping you wouldn't Nasty Plot. Okay. That tells me I should have Thunder Waved then, but that's okay. It's very okay. Now, I just have to hope that... We didn't change your nature, right? Did we? No, I did! Oh, we already made you special offensive? Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna go here really quickly. Nature change. Excalibur. We're gonna make you modest again. No, I just made you modest. That's not what I wanted to do. We are going to make you adamant. That's what happens when you move too quickly. Adamant. There we go. Alright. Head back to the Pokemon house here. Or whatever it's called. I think like the Pokemon Volunteer House. Let's do a couple saves. Do we have the right lead? No, we don't. Luck is our lead. Alright, let's do one more save. Alright, we open up with Ice Beam. Now, we know it's going to Nasty Plot. We're going to Thunder Wave. And now I'm hoping for Moonblast. I'm going to Volt Switch. If it Shadow Balls, ugh, bad news. But if it Moonblasts, honestly, alright, depending on what it does, right? If it Shadow Balls, we go Joker. If it Moonblasts, we go Excalibur. How about that? So let's hope for Moonblast. Moonblast. Moonblast! Alright, we eat this because we're in shield form. Perfect. Sword form, I think we would have still ate it, but it would have hurt a lot more. But since we're faster, now we can go here. Cerulege. Cerulege. Is it going to Swords Dance? I think it's going to... Okay, here's the thing. Looking at the team, it has Swords Dance, Shadow Sneak, Bitter Blade, and Close Combat. It could Swords Dance right now, eat my Shadow Claw, and then outspeed on the Shadow Sneak and KO me. It could also Bitter Blade right now and KO me. So here's what I think it's going to do. I am going to go King Shield to guarantee that it doesn't go for the Bitter Blade or the Shadow Sneak. So we'll do that. Bitter Blade as expected. Now. Here's what I really have to hope for. I have to hope for it to go for Bitter Blade again. Please. Maybe. Bitter Blade. Do I live this, though? No, I don't. Alright. That's on me. That was my own hubris, thinking that I could live a Bitter Blade from Cerulege. And I should have known better. Alright. Goes Bitter Blade. Wow, we don't like that at all. KOs again. Who would have thought Cerulege would have given us so much trouble? Ah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Like, I don't fully have Dracovish in my pocket here. Although I wouldn't be moving faster, right? Because Cerulege is Jolly with 85 base speed. Dracovish's base speed is, I don't think, 85 or higher. 75. Alright, so he wouldn't be moving faster. Could go like Strong Jaw, Aquafang, right? Because I did add Aquafang as a move in this. Do I get access to Aquafang, though? That is the question. I do get access to Liquidation. I don't think I have the Liquidation TM just yet. They didn't even give me Aquafang? Wait a minute. Yeah, they didn't give it Aquafang. That's kind of crazy, given that they added Aquafang and still let it keep Strong Jaw. Alright, in that case, our solution to Cerulege will be a Pokemon that can safely switch into Fire-type attacks. Honestly, I'm still going Dracovish. Still going Dracovish in place of maybe Toad here. And then we might just have to do a couple move relearning. Move relearn. You get access to Crunch. So I could go Strong Jaw boosted Crunch. Alright, I guess we'll try that. Might have to give it Black Glasses, but we'll see. Alright, so we Bitter Blades, switch into Falco, and overly eat that. Oh, but we don't have Strong Jaw, do we? We have Sand Force, so we're gonna have to go get, or Sand Rush. So yeah, we would have to go and give it Alright, defense drop. Now, here's the thing. I don't think Shadow Sneak KOs. However, Close Combat may. I am going to choose to Crunch here. And just hope that Close Combat doesn't KO. Oh, let's go. Alright, there we go. Weavile, let's see. Weavile carries Swords Dance, Triple Axle, Knockoff, and Low Kick. I'm hoping it's just going to go for the KO here. So that would be anything, really. Excalibur's safe from everything but a knockoff, so I might do that. We're not faster than it. Oh, I should have brought Infernape then. Because Mach Punch would have... Oh, Mach Punch would have packed this thing up so quickly. Alright, that's good to know. That's good to know. Let's go Sue then. Hope he's not going to low kick. If he low kicks, we kind of get hit like crazy with this. Yeah. Oh, Gooey. Okay, wait a minute. Do we outspeed because of Gooey? Flash Cannon question mark? Nope. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we have our solution there. Now we know next step is to swap into Infernape. Still don't think we have a use case for Jiro here. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Save there. Oh, and it was paralyzed, so it didn't get to move. Beautiful. Gengar comes out. Okay, now we have to be careful. It does have nasty plot. There are multiple Leader Morty Gengar sets? Alright, Shadow Ball is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. If it crits, then it crits and we lose. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to King Shield and hope that it doesn't nasty plot. Please don't nasty plot. Frank is Korean. That's what's up. That's what's up. Never been to Korea, but I have friends that have, and they say it is a beautiful country. I would love to go someday. Alright, please don't nasty plot. Please don't nasty plot. Oh, thank goodness it didn't nasty plot. Okay. Now my question becomes, does Adamant Natured Excadrill... How much does Shadow Sneak do? For it KO. Oh, but this is Aegis Slash Shield. What about Aegis Slash Blade with Adamant Nature? Nope, still to a KO. That's annoying. It's especially annoying because if I had a spell tag on, then it's an Oko. Nope, that's the other way around. Nope, still to a KO. Alright, that's fine. That is fine. Oh, I didn't mean to do that! No, misclick! And it nasty plotted. Alright, well, GG's Gengar. You win because I misclicked. That's fine. You actually didn't win at all. In fact, all they really did was tell me exactly what I needed to know. So we go Ice Beam. Thunder Wave, Volt Switch. You better hope you don't get full paralysis here, Morty. Otherwise, we're running it back. You got full paralysis. Yeah, GG's, pal. Send out that Gengar all you want. I am not misclicking this time. This time I'm Shadow Clawing. Okay, you go for the Shadow Ball. That's fine. We live that. Barely, but we live. And now we come here. And we Shadow Claw it. Dusknoir. What is Dusknoir carrying? Dusknoir has a Reaper Cloth with Shadow Punch, Shadow Sneak, Dynamic Punch, and Will-O-Wisp. Is Dusknoir her last mon? No, we didn't face Ceruledge, did we? Yeah, because typically she sends out Ceruledge instead of Gengar. So I think it's Dusknoir and Ceruledge. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh no, there's more. Dusknoir, Ceruledge, Weavile. Alright. Looks like our hands are kind of full, actually. Dusknoir is bulky, too. Bulky, bulky, bulky. Well, assuming that it's probably going to go for either a Shadow Sneak or a Shadow Punch. Shadow Sneak, overly eat that. Reflect. Alright, we use Reflect. Weavile doesn't have much that it could really hit us with here. I say I anticipate triple Axle and go Goku. I did a lot more than I would have liked. However, Mach Punch packs up Weavile. Alright, here we go again. With Reflect, I think Fire Punch we should be okay to live. One attack from Dusknoir. Shadow Punch comes in. Nice. Alright, now it has Shadow Sneak, so we're not going to mess with it anymore. Go Falco. We do outspeed, so Vicious Ren should be the strongest move that we have here. I'll check. I'll check. This is why we have a damage calculator. So, Dracovish. Running a blank set at level 68. Adamant Nature. Holding a Mystic Water. Wherever that item is, here we go. Mystic Water. Using Vicious Rend. or using Crunch. Against Dusknoir. Morty's Dusknoir, to be specific. Also at level 68. Health at about half here, but you know how this game likes to do. So let's see. We're really worried about how much each one does. So if we go Vicious Rend, 170 base power, 73 to 86, that's a guaranteed KO at its health right here. Crunch does not guarantee a KO. Alright, Vicious Rend it is. Perfect. And then Cerulege is last. I think we live, but I don't know, right? The only thing I don't know about us living is a, I guess I'll Vicious Rend again, is a Swords Dance close combat. I know we did before, but I feel like that was more like when we were at full health versus now. So, I guess the best way to check that would be if we go 192 against Morty Cerulege, again level 68, but this time it has +1. Alright, I'm reading close combat as a guaranteed 2-hit KO, even at +1 attack. Oh, but Swords Dance is +2, isn't it? Okay, so I'm still reading a guaranteed 2-hit KO. I assume so long as it doesn't crit. Yeah, if it crits, it's an OHKO. So we really just need close combat to not crit here, and we'll win with Vicious Rend. Because it'll drop his defenses. He's not living really anything super effective. Perfect. Alright, Morty, give me the Shadow Ball TM. Oh, he's talking about the Johto protagonist, Ethan. There we go. And Shed Shell allows you to switch out of battle without fail. Oh man, that one fight where we were stuck with, oh no, Sooth Bell. We were stuck with that that Chandelure dude, the one that had Shadow Tag. That would have been so nice to have. But anyways, now that we have special attacking Aegislash, finally, we can go into where's the number for the ATM again? There we go, Shadow Ball. So we're gonna do Shadow Ball here. Don't forget Shadow Claw. I'm gonna keep Shadow Sneak. What I'm actually gonna do, right, is when messing with the natures, still gonna go with a special attack beneficial, but rather than physical attack detrimental, because I do want to have some use out of that Shadow Sneak, I am going to go speed detrimental. What I'm thinking though is we go physical defense detrimental. Could go special defense. No, that wouldn't make much sense. We're up against a special defender or special attacker. Alright, there we go. Mild natured. So now we have oops, wrong one. Aegislash. 103 special attack, but that will turn into 216, I think, once we're in blade form, if the defense is any indicator. So 216 special defense with Shadow Ball. I'm also gonna give it a spell tag to boost ghost type moves. No, I'll keep it leftovers. Leftovers with King Shield is a good asset to have, so I'll keep that for now. If we do need a spell tag to make it a 2-hit KO on our Chaladon, I will do that, but I don't foresee that just yet. Cool, so we got that. Back up to Lavender Town. Alright, let's go to Cerulean City. Alright, now looking at our team. Might have to readjust because I think this is still the yeah, this is still the Morty team, which is fine. All we'd have to do is bring over Jiro in place of Goku, and then we're gonna do Toad. Alright, that is our team. Last thing to do is we are, in fact, opening up here. I'm going to keep Luck in the back pocket, too, just because I think it is a good idea to have a very fast, very powerful electric type if we are going up against a water type gym leader. Alright, Misty. Let's do this again. You're probably going to be my last battle of the day, Misty, because I do have some other stuff to do this evening, but progress. We got to make progress. Plus, Champions is coming out this upcoming Wednesday, and I did tell myself I would try to finish the story of this before that. I don't know. The way things are looking, it might not happen, but we'll see. Alright, Jiro, you come in here. Eat this flip turn. Hydro Pump instead. That's fine with me. Thunderbolt. Got it. Got it. That's not what I meant to do at all. Switch back with Jiro. What I did mean to do is move relearn, right? Let's do Sludge Bomb. Maybe I'll get rid of Supersonic. Here we go. Alright. Save. Alright, so she goes Iron Bundle, Fake Out, Jiro. Hopefully she uses a water type move. She could switch to ice type moves, pivot to that, but I don't see any reason for her to. Next we go Thunderbolt, or do we go Sludge Bomb anticipating the switch into Thunderous? I'm gonna go Thunderbolt. Alright, so she switched, that's fine. Now we go Sludge Bomb. What did Thunderous just use? Because I took no damage. Was it Nasty Plot? It was Nasty Plot. Okay, my guess would be Weather Ball now. Water type Weather Ball, which isn't the best to take, but there are worse situations to be in. I do live that because, again, special attack or special defense. Alright, here we go. Our Chaladon, that's what I expected. Now, Body Press, Electro Shot, Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon. It's going to be Dragon Pulse. We know it's going to be Dragon Pulse. It makes literally no sense for her to use anything else here. We're going to go Thunder Wave. Full Paralysis would be nice. I don't think we're going to get it this turn, but hey, if we do. There we go. Alright. RNG is on our side, it seems. So Thunderous is incapacitated. Let's go to... Alright, anticipating Dragon Pulse. We go Excalibur. Great Eats. Now we go Shadow Ball. Because this is special attacking Excalibur. It should pack a punch. Won't Oko, but it will do... Okay, it's better than nothing. And while our Chaladon's defense is rising, it is not rising enough to make Body Press any threat because we are part Ghost type. Looking at stats, though. 237 on the special attack, man. That is what I do love to see. We do have the spell tag on, right? No, leftovers. That's right. We did agree on leftovers. Okay, I don't regret that, actually, because the damage that I take in Blade form, it is nice to be able to recover. Alright, go Shadow Ball again. And... That's what we just Shadow Ball one time. Yeah. KO there. Alright, Gyarados coming out is kind of concerning. However... Okay. Alright. It's gonna go Earthquake. Either Earthquake or Crunch. Alright, let's see. Because both are gonna work here. It's not gonna Dragon Dance, because that's just too risky. Let's see, what can we save state? Let's do one like right here. Save state 4. Alright, save state 4. That's just where we're gonna test this out. Whether it goes for Crunch or Earthquake. It could go for anything, honestly. Waterfall, Crunch, Earthquake, they're all gonna KO. I'm hoping it goes for Crunch or Waterfall, though. Because if it does, then I can very safely send in Jiro. So let's see. If it Dragon Dances, then yikes. We gotta come up with a plan. Mold Breaker. Crunch. Okay, that's good. did a heck of a lot more damage than I'm comfortable with. Oh, and Gyarados is so bulky, dude. 130 special defense. We're not gonna KO it then. Yeah, we're not. It's gonna Earthquake here. If I had Volt Switch, that would be great. Let me see. Mantine doesn't get Volt Switch, does it? Let's see. Mantine. Sevian Mantine. No, it does get Volt Switch. Okay. TM only? Yes, TM only. That's good to know. That's actually phenomenal. Because if I can Volt Switch here... Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's great. Oh, I have the TM for Volt Switch. Okay, why didn't I teach this thing Volt Switch? Dude, what have I been doing? I'm going to Thunderbolt, right? And hope for like a crit that KOs here. But yeah, why did I not give it Volt Switch? Crunch is going to pack me up, and I don't want that because we were not done with Jiro. So, let's see, go here. Yeah, let's go to my bag. TM case, use. Volt switches TM 92. What's going on, Pokemon Glazer? Rivals, I don't want you to feel stupid, but you gotta understand, right? You can't interrupt the stream to ask me to react to something that's very off topic and then spam please dozens of times while I'm playing the game, so not even reading the chat most of that time, and then expect it to go over well for you. Let's use the Volt Switch TM. Oops, did not mean to cancel that. Use that. Go here. Alright, in that case, we do want to keep... Do I get rid of Roost then? Maybe I'll get rid of Roost. Yeah, let's get rid of Roost just because we mostly had Roost to stall out our Chaladon. But if our answer to our Chaladon is no longer Jiro, then I don't think we're going to go Roost. Alright. Let's go here. Fake Out. Pokemon. Jiro. Thunderbolt, do I Sludge Bomb? Do I Thunderbolt? Do I Sludge Bomb? I think we Thunderbolted, right? Anticipating that it swaps out. I could Sludge Bomb off Rip too. Let's Sludge Bomb. Nope. Alright. So Thunderbolted. That's fine. Fake Out. Pokemon. Jiro. Thunderbolt. Alright, our Chaladon comes out. Here is where we... Anticipating, Okay, let's Volt Switch. Because we know we outspeed. A little bit of damage off. And now anticipating Dragon Pulse. Send in Excalibur. Free damage. Not free damage, but he's going to get some damage in. We eat that. Overly eats. And then we Shadow Ball. He's faster? Really? What's that Chaladon's base speed? Oh yeah, 85. Okay, Chaladon is faster. Didn't know that. Cool. Got a Bug Dragon low kicks. Oh, that's the Sevian form, right? Is the Bug Dragon one? Chaladon's my favorite dragon type. Its design is peak. Our Chaladon does have a pretty sick design. I won't lie. I like Duraludon too. It's pre-Evo. Yeah, I was a fan of Duraludon when it came out. And yeah, I agree. Our Chaladon has a pretty cool design too. Right, heal there. Shadow Ball. I don't know why it would go Flash Cannon. I don't even know who you thought I was going to switch into that you went Flash Cannon. Okay, let's see. Shadow Ball here. Should be a KO, and then after that he goes Gyarados. Yep. Keep saying he. but this is Misty. Misty is very much a girl. She goes Gyarados. Gyarados has Intimidate, but it doesn't matter because we are special attacking Aegislash. Now, what we're going to do, right, same situation as before. We save state just to see what Gyarados goes with. I wonder what happens if I go King Shield, right? It's going to Mega Evolve. So actually now, we go Giro. Giro's going to take a little bit of damage from this Crunch. I hope it goes Crunch. Don't go Earthquake. Go Crunch. Go Crunch. Please go Crunch. Please go Crunch. Please go Crunch. Please go Crunch. Ah! You would. You would. You would. You would. Alright, we send out Joker. Problem is, I think now this invites Dragon Dance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like this invites Dragon Dance now because AI doesn't see a KO here. If you want to check, then. How do I know Rivals are Arc? He's been subbed to the channel for a while now. That's about it. Alright, I guess we're gonna go Fake Out here. Oh, see, it's times like this that I wish I had Spirit Break on Joker. Because a Spirit Break would hit hard, would force Gyarados to take action as well. Oh, how about, right? I know I said I probably procced Dragon Dance. Maybe I procced Waterfall. If I proc Waterfall, then Toad can eat that. Oh, let's go. Good read. Malk. There we go. Ah, that did a lot of damage, though. Okay, Toad. We need you to live one attack here. Just one. Just one. Please, Toad. Just. Oh, it went for Crunch. Gyarados went for Crunch. Nice. All right, Spore is up. Now, we needed to sleep 2 turns. Sleep 2 turns. I'm not even playing with you. Sleep 2 turns. Who has the higher special attack? We have to make sure we KO this thing. $192 on luck. $178 on Giro. All right. Giro, you know I love you, but we gotta go luck here. Oh, instant swap. Okay. Now let's see. So with Gyarados asleep, Swift Swim means Kingdra will be faster. I could try to paralyze it to get rid of Swift Swim. Let me see though if it has Dragon Dance. It does not. Hydro Pump, Draco Barrage, Hurricane, Flip Turn. Alright, it's not going to it's not going to Hurricane. It's either going to Hydro Pump, Draco Barrage, or Flip Turn. So let's do our handy dandy damage calculator here. Oh, 68. Nature, you already know, overly modest. And Misty's Kingdra. Apparently there's set 1 and set 2. I don't know which one I'm doing. I'm against. Modest, Swift Swim, Life Orb. I think this is set 1 then. So, let me check set 2. You know what? We'll just use this one. Alright, so Draco Barrage, guaranteed 2 at KO. Flip Turn, guaranteed 3 at KO. Hurricane, 4 hit KO. and Hydro Pump to a KO. Alright, I say we take the risk. You know what? I think we take the safe risk, though. And we go Thunder Wave here. Yeah, we eat the Hydro Pump. With Thunder Wave, we once again outspeed. You see, that's the thing, right? This is why we say the safe risk. This is why we said the safe risk, because... Oh, I always do this. I always forget to put Rain on. Alright, with Rain on, now Hydro Pump is a guaranteed OHKO. Flip Turn is a 2-hit KO, Hurricane's a 2-hit KO. Alright, yeah, I always forget to put Rain on the damage calc. Do we live a Dragon Barrage? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I mean, worth checking, I guess. Let me... Worth checking. What's our nature on here? I think we went. Alright, so we went modest. If we went specially defensive, we might have had a better chance at surviving this, but let's find out anyways. Alright, Draco Barrage is a 98.4% chance to 2-hit KO. That's good. Hurricane, 5-hit KO, Flip Turn, 4-hit KO, Hydro Pump, 3-hit KO. Okay. So we can send in Sue. But then we just set ourselves up for another Draco Barrage, because it's going to be a 2-hit KO. Oh no, Sue's out right now. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We're good now. In that case, let's go Dragon Pulse. Live a Draco Barrage, go Dragon Pulse. Yeah, nice. Between recoil and Life Orb damage. Beautiful. Kingdra goes down here. Alright, who's left? We have Gyarados, who's asleep. Alright, Peliper, this is what we were looking for. So, Peliper, Jet Punch, Waterfall, Drain Punch, Bulk Up. I think this is a beautiful time for us to go into... Toad. I mean, I could go into Joker and hope that we survive one of those. I think we're also faster than Peliper with Giro. No, Peliper's space speed is higher than ours. Yeah, it's faster than us. What if, right? Anticipating that he goes for... He's not going to go for the Drain Punch, right? Probably going to go for the Jet Punch of the Waterfall. Let's see. Let's send in Luck and hope that he doesn't go for the Drain Punch. He doesn't go for the Drain Punch. Wait, looks. Waterfall. Do we live? Of course we don't. Of course we don't. Luck, dude. You're frail, man. You're frail. I mean, I don't know what else I expected, right? It is a very much glass cannon Pokemon. I need him to tank like something, you know? Oh wow, that Jet Punch does not play at all in the slightest. Okay. What I think then is, what if we do Toad, right? Oh, does Toad eat a Waterfall? Toad does not eat a Waterfall. Toad only eats Jet Punch, huh? Yeah, Toad eats Jet Punch, but only one. He went, what, Waterfall the second time around? What if we tested... See, See, it's such a predicament, right? Because he's gonna go waterfall. No, he goes jet punch, which I don't think Luck survives. Or no, Luck does survive jet punch, but if we switch into Luck, he goes waterfall. No, jet punch. Okay. We also only survive a single jet punch. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating, yeah. Because I know that this would definitely end it. Withdrew? Now I'm even more confused than I was before. But you know what? Thunder, Weather Ball, Focus Blast. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to actually send in Toad. Right? And watch. There's a method to the madness, so we live a Weather Ball. Barely. I'm getting real sick of all these, like, barelys, though, unfortunately, here. Now, Jiro, I think we should be good to swap in, I hope. Yep, Storm Drain, which I myself actually forgot about, but is great to have. Because now we get our special attack drop, or boost, sorry, boost, not drop. And with our Chaladon gone, anybody that you send in is facing a pretty heavy Sludge Bomb here. I don't think Nasty Plotted Focus Blast is going to be enough. Okay. Thunder. Oh, thank you, Type Chart, dude. Alright. Remaining is Mega Gyarados and Palafin. Expected Palafin. Toad is in literally no better shape than he was in before. I could try Joker, maybe? Nope, Waterfall. Alright, So what have we done before? We had gone Luck. Then he switches out for some reason. How does Excalibur fare against this? Jet Punch, we live that. Barely. Dude, this thing is like so strong. It's like, trust me, I get it, right? Attack 160, Mystic Water, Rain. It makes sense to why it's doing so much damage. Good lord, man. I wish Toad was healthier too. And I know exactly why Toad is not healthy, so like I'm not necessarily mad. And of course you waterfall. Like, why are you waterfalling? If you don't expect me to switch, why are you waterfalling? That's what makes no sense. You would not waterfall against a Pokemon with this much health left, knowing that it could potentially outspeed and KO you. That is what does not make sense to me. Alright, Luck comes out. Jet Punch. For some reason it switches out here. Unknown reasons. Let's predict that he's going to go into Thundurus again. We take out Thundurus. Back to Palafin. And now we are once again a Jet Punch victim. However... Nope, that didn't do it for us. Like, look at this. 27 health left, right? You mean to tell me that with 27 health left, this thing was going to go Waterfall? No, that doesn't make any sense. Alright, let's try instead then. Because a lot of our strategy banked on... What if we went and... If we went to do this, right? Nature change, we go to Toad. And we go... Go Relax Nature, right? So we're going to be more defensive here. Now, what I also plan on doing with Toad If I give it an absorb bulb, then we get to boost the special attack when it hits us with a water type move. From there, my plan is to go Giga Drain. Our defensive nature should help us tank a couple of those. We sacrificed a lot more than I was willing, though, at special attack. But let's see how this plays out for us. Let's see. If not, we do have other encounters that we could use, but those will probably be for next time, just because I've been live for a while now. Alright. Save here. No. Arc edit. Let's not, we don't have to talk down on anybody in the chat. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We don't have to do that. Alright, let's go to Joker first. Fight, and we're going to open up with Fake Out. Go Jiro. Special attack boost. Thunderbolt. Here we go. Alright, our Chaladon comes in. I believe we outspeed, so we're going to take that free damage there. And we are going to go into Excalibur. Shadow Ball. King Shield for the extra damage. Alright, Gyarados is going to come out. Save state. Oh, maybe that's why we had sent Toad in, because we don't really have anybody else that lives with what Gyarados is going to do. Alright, here's the plan. Hope for Crunch. Hope for Crunch, switch into, no, we don't hope for Crunch, because then it still gets stabbed from Crunch. Hope for nothing. Hope for nothing. Hope Misty forfeits right now. Any move is going to hit really hard. Earthquake, of course you want Earthquake. Of course you want Earthquake. Because of course you want Earthquake, because why wouldn't you go Earthquake? Because wasn't Toad the only one that could get a decent KO here? Yeah, because then it goes for Crunch again. Okay, what I want to do next is the following, right? We know she's going to switch out from here. I'm going to Giga Drain. Reason I'm going to Giga Drain is because since we're switching out Toad anyways, my thought process is might as well get some health from it. That way when we switch out Toad, we are in a slightly better position to take an attack from Peliper. I forgot who we sent in here. Hydro Pump, Draco Barrage, Hurricane, Flip Turn. I believe that it was, in fact, Sue. Let's send in Sue. I think Sue ended up just being, like, super tanky here. Maybe not. I don't know. Draco Barrage just kind of might hit really hard. Yeah, never mind. Sue is kind of getting fried here. But we do live one more Draco Barrage, which means that Dragon Pulse, Flip Turn. Honestly hoping it's Peliper. Okay. Peliper comes in, right? Get a little bit of damage off. Peliper is now forced to either go for probably Drain Punch if I had to guess. Because Waterfall is not going to do a lot. Jet Punch is not going to do that much. If I had to guess, it would be Drain Punch. What I'm going to do is send out Toad here. Hoping that Toad comes out. Alright, now... but we're still in a position to get one shot by Waterfall. You bulked up! It bulked up! It bulked up. It bulked up. Okay. Incredible. Incredible. Now it pretty much has to go Waterfall. Oh, I'm so mad I don't have an easy switch into Waterfall. I should have spored. If I had spored, because there is no sleep cause. Yeah, now Waterfall definitely packs me up here. No, it doesn't. Oh, let's go. And we get the boost to our special attack. What's going on, Kev Kava? Pokemon Glazer, you got timed out because, again, you know, we don't talk bad about other people in the chat here. Let alone call them names or anything like that. It's not cool, man. However, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Long time no see, Pokemon Glazer. Long time no see. Yeah, I just realized that one thing about you, Pokemon Glazer, that I do find pretty comical, if I do say so myself. You haven't changed very much. Mannerisms are still the same. Took me a while to notice because I've been moving fast, but I just realized, if you're a Pokemon Glazer, why is Pokemon spelled wrong in your username? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the same way that I got you before, too. You try to be slick, claiming to what do you kids call it? Y'all call it glazing? Claiming to glaze something that I also like, but then make it, like, super apparent that you're not tapped in. You did the same thing, too, with... I think it was the opposite a while back. You were trying to hate on Pokemon, right? And you were like, Digimon or whatever is better. And I was like, alright, well, I can't take this opinion seriously. You don't even know what it's called. Same thing here, right? Man. That's funny. That's funny. What's strange, too, is if you're going to try to sneak in the channel, why do you insist on getting yourself kicked out? You know? Like, you tried to sneak in, first thing that you were told was, hey, let's not, you know, talk bad about people on the channel. And then came back after, like, 30 minutes of not doing that because you just had some sort of, like, burning impulse to do it. I don't know. It's strange. But it is what it is. 2 Mons left. One of them is sleeping. Let's put this in the damage calculator. So, we have Kingdra. Kingdra's not doing so hot, thankfully. But it could still one-shot a lot of my Mons. So let's see who Kingdra could not one-shot. For starters, Joker. For also starters, Luck. But what I'm going to check is... Ooh, okay. Alright, idea. I'm going to put in Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl, blank set, level 68. So Hydro Pump. Alright, in the rain. Hydro Pump is 2-hit KO, 2-hit KO, 2-hit KO, 4-hit KO, 2-hit KO. Alright, everything is 2-hit KOs. So I think we send in Grimmsnarl. Because I think Fake Out Sucker Punch does it here. Yep. Fake Out. Never mind, forget the Sucker Punch. Alright. Here we go. Let's do a safe state here. Now, I don't think Gyarados has been asleep for any amount of turns. What I'm hoping is, right, just don't wake up after one turn. Do not wake up after one turn. Okay, there we go. Luck, end it here. It lived. Of course it lived. Oh, okay. Never mind. So, right. So we know it's going to wake up after this turn. We're going to Volt Switch into our good friend. Let's put in a Moongus. Because we know it's going to Dragon Dance. Misty's Gyarados. Alright, and then this is with the +1. Alright, Crunch is a guaranteed OHKO. Great. Earthquake, guaranteed OHKO. Lord. That's really not good. So Waterfall is the only move that won't OHKO it after Dragon Dance. That's not good. Alright, let's go to Joker. Woke up. Dragon Danced. Alright. Oh. It's gonna be tight. We fake out. That didn't do any of the damage, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're cooked. I think we're cooked. We get one turn with Gyarados sleeping. Right, I can try to Sucker Punch. That's not doing the damage. Yeah. No, I get 2. Because it's going to sleep this turn. And then it wakes up. What if I reflect? Now what if I expect it to wake up and attack? Yep, there we go. Woke up and attacked. Now we Volt Switch. Anticipating it to attack again. Alright, don't go Earthquake. Go Waterfall here, please. Dragon Dance, okay. Here's the thing, right? So I know things look pretty bad for us right now. But if we... Alright, with Reflect on our side. Crunch is now a 2-hit KO. Earthquake is a 2-hit KO. Waterfall is 3-hit KO. Watch this. We live Crunch. Go Spore, right? And we do still have our Reflect on. Alright, Toad. End it right here. Still sleep. Woo! Toad with the dub, baby. Love to see it, man, to be honest. Love to see it. Alright, Misty rematch is done. I think I'm going to call it a stream for right there, man. Almost 4 hours. Wow, long stream. But yeah, let's see what's left in terms of story. So we have one more rematch against Surge. Technically 2 more against Surge and Erica. But I've heard that you only need to do the Surge one to get Koga's gym. So we need to do that, finish the rematches. We need to defeat Koga in Fuchsia City, as well as defeat our rival at the Safari Zone so that we can enter the Safari Zone and get the TM for Surf. Or HM for Surf. Once we've done all that, then we can go to Cinnabar Island, take on Blaine. We also still have the conclusion of the Team Rocket storyline, the final gym leader who is different than in main Fire Red, and then the Elite Four and Champion battles. So, still a decent amount left to do, but we are making progress. Will we be finished before Champions comes out on Wednesday? Who knows? Who knows? We're gonna try, but who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream from here. As always, man, thanks to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Can't believe I have to say this, but it's intended for the audiences. The audiences that it's intended for know that it is intended for them. And that is a message that I've said here before, but I'm gonna reiterate it. Reiterate means to restate or to say something again. And that message is that this is a channel where you're supposed to be chill, a lot of positivity, you know, chill out, have fun. We make jokes, we poke fun at, you know, each other, at series, at characters and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it is all about respect. And I feel like, you know, while there is no sort of hardline set of rules here, I feel like I am pretty clear on what is and isn't acceptable in the chat. You know, typically if I do see somebody say something that's not acceptable, you know, I'll call it out quickly like, hey, you know, let's not do that. And if you're not willing to follow that, then, you know, you get suspended or possibly banned from the chat. If you are somebody who has this happened or who has had this happen to them multiple times, my honest advice to you is you gotta get help, dude. Like truth be told, I'm a dude behind the screen. And I mean this like, I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm not trying to like berate you, yell at you, anything. If you are somebody who has had multiple instances of being disrespectful in the chat and has still continued to come back time and time again, I'm gonna say that you gotta get help, because I am a random dude behind the screen and you should not feel so strongly this need to be rude in such an insignificant space, right? Like, who cares about the Mouth the One live stream chat? But if you feel such a strong need to participate in that chat and contribute in a negative way, my best advice for you is get help, go outside, and I don't know, talk to your real friends, get some real friends, do that. But this is not the place for doing that. This is a place where we chill out, enjoy video games, talk about anime, manga, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, respect is paramount. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Fantastic start of your week. And we'll catch y'all next time, man.